Magic with Zuby is the Magic the Gathering podcast to get your fill of the best trading card game around. Join me each week as we explore new topics and delve into how to become a better Magic player. We have various pro players as well as popular members of the Magic community come and join me as we discuss our favorite card game. Magic with Zuby is available on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Tunein Radio. So your father's a nerd.
Unfortunately, there's no player's guide to raising a family. But this podcast is meant to be a family's guide to nerdism.
Join us, Alec and Zuby, as we go in depth as to what it's like to raising a family of nerdlings and the adventures and hardships of fatherhood.
We dive deep into our favorite nerd topics and talk to you about how it's related to raising a family.
You can find So Your Father's a Nerd on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio.
Hey everyone, this is Nerds with Mics. I'm Travis.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Maxwell.
Nerds with Mics is a podcast about movies, TV shows, games, technology, and Justin's mom.
That's right, we'll talk about games like Siege that Justin plays every single week. A lot of movies that I love, like Aliens, Alien Resurrection. What other ones are coming out? Covenant? Who knows? And also, how about how we poop our pants and each other's pants?
So if you're interested, you can find us on iTunes or your favorite podcasting platform. You can also like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram by searching for Nerds with Mics. YouTube, we're at Nerds with Mics Podcast. And our website, nerdswithmics.com.
Can't wait to plug it in your ear hole.
Juice here. Do you like music? Do you like film and television? Do you like sports? Do you like random topics and people? If you said no to all of these, Juice in the Morning is not the show for you. If you said yes to at least one of these, check out my show on iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Let's take over the world together, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the VCR Gaming Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Matt, and located somewhere in the northeast corner of Narnia is my other host, Matt. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing all right. I took a break from Middle Earth and decided to go into my closet and, check out the wonderful land of Narnia.
Yeah, I hear it's beautiful this time of year.
Actually, no, it's raging hot and like a bitch. It's full of sweat and tears everywhere.
God damn. I thought what's his name? Aslan. Aslan. I thought he saved the shit and made it all happy and nice again. What the hell happened?
No, I don't fucking know.
It's full of tears now?
Yeah. I guess that's the pirate one where everybody's out on the water. He just cried. He drowned the world in his tears. I don't fucking know.
So stupid. Oh shit, man. Well, fuck, man. What's new? What you been up to?
What the fuck have I been up to? A lot. Working. Playing some games. Did a crap ton of yard work this weekend. And by crap ton, I mean I made the mistake of deciding to mow my lawn yesterday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and felt like I was going to die.
What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you know better, dude?
I was pretty busy in the morning. We had one, not only being on call, I had a crap ton of calls. And then we were also doing a yard sale in the morning. So I kind of didn't want to, scare off people or, get people messy and all that stuff while I'm mowing the lawn too. So, because we actually had a bunch of people show up. We made almost $100, which was pretty nice.
Oh, tits, dude, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mowed the lawn at 1 o'clock. I had to stop like 3 times during the whole time because it wasn't so much I was getting tired. When you can feel your body just heating up a bit too much.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're just like, okay, I need to stop. Holy shit. And I go back in my garage for like 10, 15 minutes just to cool down, drink some water, splash some water in my face, then go back out. And, oh, dude, it was bad.
Just straight chug water too, man. Like,
oh yeah, like
not
it's
enough
nothing.
water. Yeah, yeah.
and then today I did some edging, trimming, and blowing, which all sound really dirty.
Yeah, the last one is your specialty.
Yes,
Yes.
very much so. Yeah, dude. Because by the time I was done mowing the lawn yesterday, I'm just like, I can't do anymore. I'm done. I'm not doing. I don't want a life anymore. I don't want to.
Oh, dude, it ends me. Like the day that because I try to do it every other week. And the day that I do that, like that's my day. Like I'm not gonna do much. Like I'm gonna be so brutally murdered by the sun that I need like time for not just physical recovery, but like even like emotional recovery. You know?
Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad down here in Florida. It's like if I can get it done in the morning, like if I'm really, really motivated, I'll wake up like 7 o'clock in the morning and then just get started at 7:30. Be done by 10 o'clock. And all this stuff.
But dude, how brutal is it already at 8 a.m. though?
Oh, it's terrible. But it's not as bad as 1 a.m.
1 p.m.
or 1 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I know what you meant, bro.
Yeah. No, but it's
dude.
other than that, I checked out Super Fanboy Brian's new house.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Thanks for the invite, Dix. Brian especially.
Well, actually, I was just picking up some stuff he wanted to give away. I got a new end table, which I put right next to my computer, which is a nice little place for drinks and random odds and ends. In the end table also has 2 drawers, which I'm putting all my mobile gaming devices in too. My PSP, my GBA, and my 3DS. And then he gave me a DVD holder as well, which is really nice. I'm using that to put my games in right now. All my classic retro games.
DVD holder? What what is it? Like a shelf or like a stand-up like DVD holder?
It's a DVD. I guess I have to show you pictures because it's got it's closed and then you open it up and there's just like a whole bunch of shelves inside of it.
Oh, that's pretty stinking cool.
Yeah.
I'm that may sound boring to everybody else, but I'm running out of room on my newer shelves, so I'm really interested in like if people say shelving or like movie storage or whatever, I'm like, "Ooh, wait, what do you got? What are you doing? What's your solution?"
If you like to show off your games so people when they come by, this is not the thing you want to have. I just needed something to put my retro games in because my shelf out in the living room that has all my PS4 and what else? PS3 and Wii U games, that is pretty much all filled.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really so much. I don't really care about showing them off so much as I just want them organized and like readily accessible because like my previous methods, until I started like actually like getting a game room together, last year, were just like they're in a box somewhere. So yeah, no, that's pretty cool, man. That's awesome. It's always fun to get your man zone or your game zone or whatever kind of like organized or make it yours, and get your shit,
It's slowly getting there. Because with the TV stand I have for the retro consoles, that thing is nice. I'm able to, I've got how many? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 consoles in there right now, and I can probably fit 2 more.
Nice.
And one of them's eventually going to be a 64. I'm going to buy one day.
Dude, you got to move soon, man. I know there's other shit that you got your eye on, but they're just creeping every day, man. They're freaking going up in value.
I know. It's the only thing I'm looking forward to buying right now is just that SNES Classic. I'm not...
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah, but...
No, it's cool too. It's cool too. You having your setup now because like before, like if from what I understand from you is kind of how I had it set up. Was it's just like I have those consoles, but like they're not out, so you're not inclined to play them or pick them up. You know what I mean? Like they're they're somewhere. It's like I got one of those. Yeah,
man. But other than that, I can't think of anything else I've done besides work.
Yeah,
and play games. That's about it. What about you, man?
So yeah, I'm somewhat in the same boat. I've been working. I was sick Oh man, I got like a 3-day. I'm still not 100% actually. Still taking ibuprofen here or there. I keep feeling like achy and shit. I'm hoping I don't have what fanboy Brian had, that walking pneumonia, because it is in my chest, and like, you know, I can't fully shake it. So I'm hoping that's not what it is. But that's like what it points to. But yeah, I got really screwed up. I think it was Wednesday night. Like I came home from work and passed out. Like I was starting to feel bad at work, and I was like, you know, I try to avoid that shit, like act like it's not there. And I came home and just passed out, and you know, I just started feeling like ass. And you know, somewhere in the middle of the night, like it woke me up, and it was just downhill from there, man. And so I've been dealing with that, trying to get over that for a little bit. What else? So since we did our last podcast, I actually took time off from work. I actually had a week off. I actually took a vacation.
That's right, you did. Yeah.
Which is crazy. And you got one coming up as well.
Oh, I'm excited.
You should be, dude. But then think about the deep, dark depression of when you come back. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's seriously, like, you have to call somebody and they have to talk you off a ledge. It's bad. Anyways, so when we were on vacation, we did kind of like a staycation. We had some issues with our pets. God, my pets are a mess, bro. Like,
yeah, I know, you've been telling me. It's crazy.
My cat got attacked by something, got an infection, it like went into his blood and broke his pelvis, and friggin' animal control picked him up. He's missing for like a week. So I had to deal with that. Yeah, he got all screwed. He's fine now. He's just as much of an asshole as he ever was. So I had to deal with that. And then my stupid dog, people outside of Florida don't know, it like basically mini hurricanes every single day.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like no joke, like wind, thunder, like you name it, like crazy buckets and buckets of rain, like for, you know, a good hour or two, probably every day. No exaggeration. Well, my dog has like crazy anxiety for thunder. Like he can't handle it. And so he has been breaking out of metal crates and hurting himself and bleeding all over the house and, you know, ruining the crates, and it's just a mess. So I've been dealing with his stupid ass. I had to buy a freaking special crate that he supposedly can't break out of, but he sure as hell is trying. So I've been dealing with that shit. So we ended up doing a staycation because we had some unexpected expenses there and had to help get the cat back to health, you know. So we did a little staycay. A couple things we did is we went to, I think I told you about this, Matt. We went to the Replay Arcade over in Tarpon Springs.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's where you can like pay. Is it sort of like you pay per hour or something like that, or
you just pay for the day? I think it was like $10 a person. I wanted, or $10 or $12 a person, and they give you an armband, and it's good for the entire day. You can come and go, you can leave, come back, whatever. They don't care. And yeah, everything's on free play. I actually took a quick little video of it and a few screenshots. I was waiting to talk about it on the podcast. I'll put them up on Twitter this week. It's kind of funny, Matt. So I was taking the video, right? I was just doing like a walkthrough, like nothing crazy. I'm not saying anything. I'm not focusing on anybody. I'm literally just like looking at like marquees of games as I walk, like do like a lap of the place. And this one douchebag, man, as I get to the back of the store, he looks me right in the camera face and he's like, "I don't want to be in your video." And I'm like, geez. Wow, narcissist. Like, it's not about you, you asshole. Like, thanks. So he's going to be in the video. So everybody look for that.
Good. Fuck him.
Yeah, total dick. Like, I'm not friggin' watching you play video games, you fucking tool bag. So anyway, so that was fun. But I'll get those picks up. But yeah, it's a pay for the day. They got all kinds of stuff, you know. They got Turtles in Time. They got all the old Star Wars shit, Mario, Pac-Man. They had Track and Field, actually was kind of cool. You remember those arcade games, Matt, that were like tabletops? Like you sat on each side of it.
Yeah. I remember doing that a lot with Mrs. Pac-Man.
Yeah, exactly. Like where it's like glass and like the tabletop is glass and the screen's down in there. Exactly. So they had one, but they had Track and Field in it, dude. And
oh, sweet.
Yeah, it was awesome because like it had like the arcade buttons, so you can like, you know how you got to run, you know, on that, like. Yeah, you know, and you guys probably all remember out there with the gamepad on the NES, you know, and all that shit. Well, this one has like the arcade buttons, so it's really actually fun to just smash those buttons and try to beat each other. So me and Aiden were like racing and doing the long jump and all that shit. So that was a good time. That was new since I've been there. Shit ton of pinball machines, man. Like if you're
Yeah, I'm
into
looking at their
pinball,
website right now, and damn.
yeah, they're it's not a huge place by any stretch of the word, but it's not small either. And there's a good few, well, there's at least like 100 games in there, including the pinball machines, maybe a little bit more. I don't know the full count, but there's quite a bit. They even have a Wreck-It Ralph in there, which is pretty cool because I only saw those at Disney Quest. But they actually had a Wreck-It Ralph, which was pretty neat to see in an arcade machine. And they even like aged the chassis and like weathered it to make it look like it spent its whole life,
cool.
like in bars and shit since like the 80s. Yeah, pretty funny. But yeah, we
have to check this place out. Where is it?
Tarpon Springs. It's so close. Like I don't know if we talked about it on this podcast, but I know you talked about it like on Sci-Fan, and I think on your podcast too that we went out on a buddy of ours boat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's right by his marina, dude. It's not far from there at all. Like
really?
When I drive there from my house, I pass by it when we went out on the boat. So it's a little trek for you coming up from your north end of the woods, but probably not any worse than it is for me.
Oh man, yeah, I'm probably have to be a good place to take the kids for a weekend.
Dude, even if you there's no way a kid can have a bad time. There's no way. Like it's all free play, man. Like we were playing do you remember Super Off-Road with like the 3 steering wheel setups and all that?
Yeah, I remember that.
We were Aiden like got a kick out of that, so we were playing that. I mean, it's a really good time, man. A lot of good classic games and shit. And
they got my favorite arcade game, the Simpsons arcade game.
They have the Simpsons arcade game, man. We played it too.
Dude,
so good.
I remember one time we went to Las Vegas. I was still a kid, and it was, I don't remember what hotel it was at. It was one of the bigger ones, I think, because they had a casino in the lobby or whatever, or
Mirage or Bellagio or some shit.
I really don't remember which one it was, but I remember like my mom would go gambling and my sister, I don't remember what my sister would do, but I'd be in the arcade the whole time. This was back when, I had to have been like 9 or 10, and sure. I would never do this with my kid, but I was pretty much left alone in the arcade for like hours, like the whole day. And I spent, I don't know how much money playing this Simpsons arcade game and finally beating it.
It was different times, man. I mean, for sure. I mean, I remember being in arcades and shit by myself. I got to think though that, an over-the-top place like Vegas, it had to be a pretty decent arcade. Was it?
I mean, I'm sure it was. I only really have memories of playing this Simpsons game.
I mean, just because it has a lot of games doesn't mean that it's a good arcade. So
yeah,
and that is a solid game though.
Yeah, I'll just never forget that I spent I don't know how many hours playing that game, and I was just so happy that I beat it.
The game is really cool too. I don't know when the last time you played it was, but it kind of like you play the first level and it feels almost kind of shallow, and then you start remembering like all the weird and crazy shit you can do, and like there's so many interactive objects and shit. Like you can like shake trees and shit'll fall out of them, or like you can beat up vendors and stuff, and they'll give you food. They'll keep spewing food or like soda cans and shit. And like it's really cool. I love that game, man.
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
Really cool.
And 4-player action too. Like how crazy is that?
Oh man, they've got the Paperboy arcade game. Oh shit.
Yeah, they do, but it wasn't up when we were there. It was the last time we were there, but it was on, but like you couldn't, like the buttons like weren't responding. I don't know what was going on with that.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, these are working arcade machines, and some of them, like Paperboy, is from the '80s. So I mean, they're old as shit. So but they keep on top of them, like they really do. They work on them all.
That's cool.
I was talking to the guy that was working there, and he's like the store manager, and he was he had like PCB boards and shit like just sitting at the counter where you check in and stuff. Like they actively take care of all that shit. So really cool to see, man. Really cool.
This would be a good experience for kids because they get to experience what it was like. Even though we had home game systems when we were growing up, Nintendo and all that. Sure. There were still arcades around, Now there's like no arcades anywhere.
Dude, when you go to Chuck E. Cheese, it's like, where are the games?
Yeah.
they have like 4 million like Batman like shooters. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Yeah, no, I know, man. It's it's weird to like. I never thought there would come a time where I wouldn't go somewhere and that you would see an arcade. Like, they became just so the norm that you sometimes you even think about it. Sometimes you wouldn't even walk into them. You know what I mean? You're like, meh, yeah, there's an arcade. You know, but like it's crazy. Like now you have to seek them out. Like places like this. Like it's sad, really.
No, and it seems like it's definitely worth checking out, though. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to take my kids here. It looks fun.
It's relatively cheap, you know. Like I said, I think Aiden was like $8, and we were like 12 each or something like that. So not too bad. And it's all day. Like we left and went and got food. Like we went into, you know, like the little shop/restaurant area they got there in Tarpon Springs. You know, like the tourist trap hole. We went and got food and then came back and played some more. So pretty cool.
That's cool
For sure. What else did we do? So I went to a couple of game stores. We'll get into pickups, and then we're gonna have some stuff to say about some local game stores here in a minute. So I'll save that. But I did that. What else did we do? I don't know. I'm trying to think. So we went to Disney for a couple of days. Went over there. Like I said, like kind of like local staycation type thing. Matt, you got plans to hit up Disney as well, don't you, on your vacation?
Hell yeah. We're gonna be going there 3 days. My wife has an annual pass because she loves going. I'm just sort of indifferent about it. But I am thinking about getting an annual pass for her and I next year. But it all depends because I can't see myself using it at least once a month and all that.
You really do to justify it too, man. Like for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, and we're gonna be going to Animal Kingdom, Epcot, or not Epcot, Animal Kingdom, the Hollywood Studios, and Magic Kingdom. Fuck Epcot, I'm done.
I'm just gonna say, yeah. When I said Epcot to you the other day, dude, you about lost your shit on me.
Well, no, it's a fine place. It's awesome. It's just growing up, we would go there once a year, you know, mainly for the Christmas part, and I got so sick of it. You know, it's just like if I had to never go to Epcot again, I'd be fine.
Well, I mean, there's talk that they're gonna actually like revamp the majority of the park soon. Would that bring you back in? They tore most of it down and did something fresh. Damn.
I don't know.
It'd have to be really fresh, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Fucking. What else did we do? I off the top of my head, I don't know. We did a few more things, but yeah. So what else I've been up to today and this weekend? I didn't do too much. We I did some smoking today. I smoked some meats. Back on that game.
Nice,
been a little while. I did beef ribs. Normally, when you think of ribs, or you know, you go somewhere and get ribs, you're getting pork ribs. Beef ribs aren't what you think they are. They almost look kind of like dinosaur bones. They're so big. And the reason why it's not popular is because it's kind of a tough cut, and they actually cut steak off of like the top of it, sort of. Okay. So yeah, so like it's kind of like leftovers. But if you cook it slow and stuff, you know, there's good meat there, and it actually turns out like it's really thick, Matt. They're like 2.5 inches thick, the actual meat on these, and they turn out to be like mini briskets. It's pretty cool.
Ooh,
and
sounds good.
Yeah, you treat them the same way, you cook them the same way. They don't take as long, obviously, because it's not as big a piece of meat or anything. But so I did that today. They came out pretty good. They're a little tough. I probably could have let them go a little longer, but they came out good, man. I made a little brisket. So that's why we're doing this so late today. So my bad on that.
Oh, dude, if you're ever up in the hill again,
right,
or next time you're up here, you need to go to a place on 50 called Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
It's spelled on like Barbie, like the doll.
Is that by like where all like the happening shit is on 50, where like the Walmart and the, you know, all the shops and everything are?
Yeah, it's by there.
I think I've seen it.
Dude, the wife and I went and got some dinner there last night. We both got a pulled pork sandwich. Holy shit, it was really fucking good. Their sides are, because I got baked beans and cornbread, and it was okay. Like, you know, like I've definitely had better, but the meat was really, really good. Definitely recommend it. The next time we're probably going to get it again maybe next weekend or something, and I'm gonna try the brisket, see if it compares to Four Rivers or anything.
I'll tell you what, man, I have not eaten out somewhere that had brisket that even comes close. Everybody dries it out everywhere I go. So if you say it's good, man, I'm fucking sold. Yeah. I'll be up there because everywhere I go, you get brisket, and it's not cheap. Like they get a pretty penny for it. They're proud of their brisket, and then to get it and it be dry just pisses me off. It's like, what are you doing, And Four Rivers never disappoints. That thing is just leaking juice, man.
Oh, I know. No, good. Like I said, I've only tried the pulled pork, and that was just amazing, really good, and yeah,
pulled pork is my number 2 go-to at barbecue joints, so that's really encouraging. I'll check it out, man. Gotta find my way up there though.
Yeah, man. Definitely worth it. Yeah, and then I'm planning on doing some barbecuing this week, to just some grilled chicken and stuff. It's nothing too fancy.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm trying to think, man. Anything else I've been into? I'm sure there is. I'm just forgetting. Some of it we're about to talk about, so I'll hold off on some of that. But that's about it. I've been working on logos for the show, which actually isn't really so much working on logos as it is watching YouTube how-to videos for fucking Photoshop.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because like Photoshop, like I learned Photoshop a long time ago, right? And I know you did too, right, Matt? Matt, you actually went to school for that shit.
Yeah, I learned Photoshop. Right, this is how long ago I learned Photoshop. We were using Photoshop 7 and 8. CS1 hadn't even come out yet.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how long ago we did Photoshop.
There's still a lot of the basic stuff is in there, though. You'd be surprised. My first bootleg version of Photoshop was like Photoshop 6 or something, so way before CS1.
I know when the last time I was really into Photoshop was CS4, and it wasn't so much that I forgot everything. It was just the menus were all completely different. I didn't know what to do with anything.
Yeah, there was a certain point too where they even changed, not necessarily how things were named, they just put them in different menus, or they expanded on them so much that they became their own thing. So it wasn't like 1 or 2 options, it's like a whole sub menu and shit. Yeah, it really is. And I like I said, I learned this shit a long time ago, and I never use it. Like there's no reason for me to use it. Like every once in a while I need to do something, and I usually just watch a quick video. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, now I know what to do, and I go in and do it. Boom, I'm done. Yeah. But like, it's one of those things that if you don't use it daily, you will never remember that shit. Like there's just so fucking much to it. And it's weird because like you can turn out the same product, but you can get to that product 100 different ways. So there's really no right or wrong way to do something in Photoshop, which is really frustrating to me because like, being an IT guy, it's like, no, this is the way that you do it. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what do you mean I can do it this way or that? Well, which way is the best way? Well, would I go with what you feel? And it's like, all right, you know what? Take your artistic self and go and get out of my face. All right. I don't need the freedom. I'm not a free butterfly artist. Okay. Like I need to know how to do it and be done. But yeah, so that's been fun. That's actually eaten up a lot of my gaming time lately, is because I've been spending so much time doing that. But y'all keep an eye out for the logos. We're trying to update some stuff. Also, we needed to get some real logos in place. To be legit.
It's been far too long.
Way too long. Yeah, we're slacking on
the logo
that.
We have now, that was just a complete placer.
I don't hate it. But
it was just something I whipped up in like 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, sure, because we needed something when we were gonna put it on iTunes.
Yep. It was funny too because you were like, "What should we do for a logo?" I'm like, "I don't know. Didn't you go to friggin' design school?" And you're like, "Ugh." Like Matt literally has a degree in art, and he doesn't want to do the art.
Well, yeah, so funny because. That's a whole nother podcast in and of itself. I don't want to get into that shit.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
It's fucking wasting my money.
another layer that is Zuby though. That's about it, man. As far as what I'm drinking right now. I'm finishing off. Am I on call tomorrow, Matt?
No, it's our other guy. Not you.
Oh, thank God. Then, all right, never mind. Then, well, I was having a beer because I thought I was on call tomorrow. I'm having it's a Tampa local beer. It's a company or a beer called Coppertail, and it's called Free Dive. It's an IPA. because that's all I drink anymore. And it's pretty good if you're into IPAs and you're in the area, or if you can get it shipped. I don't know if they do that. Check it out. It's pretty good. And then, of course, I actually have a bottle of Dasani water that's just sitting here doing nothing right now.
Shit. Fancy you.
I know, classy. Dasani.
Fancy you. Well, you know, I'm going to take up my water even fancier, because I am sipping my water in a mug, in a Red Deck Winds mug. Red Deck Winds is a company that sent me, well, for my other podcast, Magic with Zuby, a bunch of free cool gear, because I think they wanted to work on advertising with me, but I just kind of told them, like, no, I don't really want money or anything, but I'll happily take some free shit, you know, for advertising your stuff. And so they sent me a mug and 2 t-shirts.
So you just big timed me so hard. You're literally, your drink is sponsored today.
Not really sponsored, because I'm not getting any money from them or anything.
Well, you didn't have to pay for the container you're drinking.
True.
So, that's solid, dude. Damn.
Yeah, sipping my water out of my nice little mug.
You're like always finding ways to get shit for free out of like you're sponsored by Blizzard, your drink is now sponsored. Like, where's this? What's gonna happen to this podcast? Is it just gonna be a whole bunch of name dropping? Is that what
Yeah, pretty much. VCR Gaming is gonna be sponsored by Nintendo, because
yeah, right.
Reggie Fils-Aime, or whatever the fuck his name is used to be like, hey guys, you guys are really cool. So can you be my friends? And be like, not unless you give us 8 Switches.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
we've been far too mean. I think we went on a whole rant about how Nintendo hates money. So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna jump on the VCR team anytime soon. Man.
With our luck, it'd be, you know, let's just say we get really, really big or something, you know.
Sure.
And we actually get companies coming to us wanting to advertise or whatever, and we're like really hoping for Nintendo or Sony, because those are, you know, 2 favorite game companies, and it's only Microsoft that comes, and I'm just like, no, get the fuck away. I don't even want, but we'll give you, you know, like 10 Xboxes or stuff. I'm like, unless you can change those Xboxes into Sony PlayStations, no.
Zuby's like, can I get that in writing? They handwrite it out, and then you just start peeing on it right there.
You would get so mad at me. You're like, but Zuby, we could just sell them. I'm like, no.
If you ever turned out 10 Xboxes, we're fighting, just so you know. There's tons of things we can do with those.
Yeah. I got a few doors I could use them on.
Oh my god. What's that, an Xbox One X doorstop? Yeah, it totally is. No, it's totally functional. Never turned it on.
Yeah.
Holds the hell out of a door, though.
No, I would happily sell them, like, right away.
They usually frown on that when they give you free shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to have feelings about?
You hate you some Microsoft, dude. Damn.
I don't really hate Microsoft. I just don't like the Xbox.
Yeah, it's current gen. It's definitely the lesser of the consoles for sure.
I think what enraged me the most was, you know, my stepdad had just given me his Xbox 360, and I'm just like, okay, cool, I can finally play Halo, because that was like the only series of games I've ever wanted to play on Xbox. And I start playing Halo and all that stuff, and not even a week or 2 later after I had it.
Oh, it wasn't long at all, dude.
Yeah, it was like Red Ring of Death. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was so mad. And I didn't want to have to spend money to fix it and all that stuff. And, you know, my stepfather was really surprised, like, oh, no, this never happened to me and all that stuff. And I wasn't mad at him or anything. I was just like, yeah, because I know Xboxes just do this. And probably the Xbox One is a lot better and all that stuff, and I don't care. I'm done.
Well, I know, like, I have the first gen Xbox One, and it has, like, the power supply is completely separate, which they're not anymore, but that was always kind of like a mainstay of the Xbox because they had overheating issues anyways. But what they did is they even put a fan in the power supply. Like, it's crazy. Like,
really?
Oh, dude, it's its own thing. Yeah,
the Xbox One?
Yeah, it's its own fucking thing, bro. And it has lights on it and shit and different status. It's its own, like, peripheral. Like, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, it's messed up, dude. Well, even though I did just say that Xbox is the lesser of the current systems, everybody please, before you flip out on us, that is our opinion and our opinion only. But get ready, because I'm about to drop a whole bunch of Microsoft shit that I have going on. So I don't hate them that much, apparently. because that's mostly what I've picked up. So, but yeah, Zuby, you want to get into what you've been playing, homie?
Yeah, sure. So, it's been what, 2-3 weeks since we've done an episode because you had your vacation, or has it only been 2 weeks?
Little over 2, right over 2. Yep.
So, the Necromancer came out for Diablo 3,
Yes.
and I decided to pick that up, and it was for $15. You get the character, you get some other free shit too with the game as well. Like you get a free in-game pet, and I think you get something else for one of the other Blizzard games. And so I played that, got them up to level 70. And
How much is it?
$15. The class is definitely a lot of fun. If I had to compare him to the Diablo 2 Necromancer, Diablo 2 is still better. But as far as all the other classes right now, even though the Witch Doctor is a pet class in Diablo 3, the Necromancer takes being a pet class even more to the extreme, and is way better than the Witch Doctor, and it's a lot more fun too, because you can explode corpses, you can raise armies of the dead, and pretty much whatever the Necromancer could do in Diablo 2 can do the same in Diablo 3, but slightly better.
It just feels like sounds like it makes it deeper, Like it's just like you said, like raising the dead and shit like that. It's just a little bit deeper gameplay, abilities, things like that.
Yeah. So I got them up to level 70, and then started grinding for gear, and then I kind of stopped. And unfortunately, I got sucked back into World of Warcraft again. It's like it
died yet.
Oh no, it's actually gotten a little bit. It's sort of found a resurgence in popularity again, because the previous expansion, Warlords of Draenor, was so bad they had to stop. Because usually what Blizzard would do in the past is like every 6 months they would tell you how well World of Warcraft is doing in terms of number of subscribers. Their last expansion was so bad they had to stop doing that because they were losing so many people.
Damn.
So yeah, it was bad. So what they've done with this new expansion is it's made the game so much better. It's a lot more fun, and this happens to me every 4 to 6 months where I just get the bug to play, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to quit this game. I've been playing it since 2005. And
do you think there will be a day where they do pull it though?
Knowing Blizzard, how they still have battle.net open for Warcraft 2. Warcraft 2, mind you, which came out in what, 97,
yeah.
97, 98?
Forever ago.
That is still open and people are still playing that game. So as long as people are playing World of Warcraft and still paying that $15 a month fee, no, they're not going to be getting rid of it.
Initial release date, December 9th, 1995.
Yeah, and you'd have... Yeah, look up when the Battle.net edition came out, because the original edition of Warcraft 2 you could not play online. I think it was just like LAN, like Doom type stuff.
I'm trying to find it. Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness, Battle.net edition. Come on, give me a date. Here we go. September 30th, 99. No. Sorry, that's PC, Mac. Why does Saturn and PlayStation say 97?
Well, because you got Warcraft 2 was originally a DOS game as well, so you could play it on DOS. But yeah, people still play Warcraft 2. People still play StarCraft 1 online, and so, like I said, I don't think World of Warcraft's going anywhere anytime soon.
I think I want to do it.
What?
I think I want to pay for this on Blizzard and buy that.
What, Warcraft 2?
Yeah, dude, I used to play the shit out of that back in the day.
Oh, but you can't officially buy it from Blizzard. You'd have to...
God damn it, Zuby. Why you gotta crush me like that?
Well, no, Warcraft 2, I mean, you can download Warcraft 1 and 2 for free, but if you want the Battle.net edition, you have to find that on, like, eBay or something.
Okie dokie.
The Warcraft 1 and 2 are free to play, but they don't come with any online capabilities.
Why would they do that? But yet they're supporting it though, still like online. Why? I wonder why.
Well, no, Warcraft 1 was never Battle.net. Battle.net didn't come out until...
But you're saying for Warcraft 2, I can't even get it from them directly. I have to buy it. No. Holy shit.
What,
$80.
No, it can't be that.
Buy it now. Buy it now,
like
$80.
Brand new?
That's with the box.
I got mine with the case for like $10-15. Well, that was a long time ago though, so maybe.
So I'm looking at buy it nows, and really the cheapest I'm finding is that one's not Battle.net edition. $30. $30 for just like the shitty, just like whatever of it.
The jewel case.
Yep. $30. Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy because I think that when I got Warcraft 2, it had been out for a long ass time. And I think I got it at Walmart on sale, and I think I only paid $20 for it. And that was back in the day.
Yeah, because I remember they had a Warcraft battle chest that had Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 in it, but that was a long time ago.
I eventually got that one. I remember getting that. I got that for like $10 when they were trying to blow them out of Walmart.
Yeah. No, but like I said...
That's crazy, man. I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. And hell, even Warcraft 3 is still popular. I mean, Warcraft 3 invented the MOBA genre, so...
Do I have to have a shitty computer to play this on, though?
For Warcraft 2... Actually, I have not tried it on Windows 10. I know it worked on Windows 7.
Yeah, because it came out in 99, so that's probably XP era-ish, so it, maybe...
No, that'd be Windows 98 era.
Well, it is, but... Yeah, true. No, yeah, you're right. Shit.
Well, no, I know I definitely got it working on Windows 7, but I have not tried it on 10, though.
Okay.
So I honestly have no idea, but 10 and 7's architecture are really similar, so
super
I don't see
close.
why not. Yeah.
I've even had things like on 10 tell me that it's not made for it, and that, you get like the warning or whatever, you tell it shut up and do it anyways, and it works fine.
Yeah.
So, shit.
No, man, but yeah, like I said, I'm back on the World of Warcraft game. I think it mainly had to do with playing D&D again and all that, and just wanting, something to level up almost.
True that.
And plus, it's just a good little game just to kill some time too. So yeah, I'm back on that life. I don't know how long it's gonna last. The one thing is I'm not even really playing it that seriously. I'm not even playing any of the end level content. I'm just mainly just leveling up characters again.
True.
Because it's fun and mindless.
True that. No doubt.
So I've also picked up Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, which did you pick that up on the PSN sale?
No, was it?
Remember, that was the game I told you it was like $5.
Shit, is it still?
Probably not now.
Damn it.
No, it was. I told you like while you were out on vacation, and
I know.
Apparently,
I didn't have my phone. I didn't. My phone wasn't letting me log into my PlayStation shit, and I was over at Disney, so I completely forgot when I got back. Damn it.
No, but so apparently I had $10 on my PSN wallet or whatever, and so I got this game essentially for free, I guess. Or I don't know where that money came from, but I had it, so I bought it. I've been playing that. I've played it before on the computer. I just like it better on console because it's definitely a couch type game, and it's a lot of fun. But damn, that game can get hard.
I'm looking for it now on there, and the bundle is $100.
What?
It's the bundle though.
Is that including the Shadow of War game?
Yeah, it's everything. Hold
okay.
on. I'm looking for just the game itself. You search for Middle Earth, and I'm taking forever because I'm Sony. $60, dude. Son of a bitch! I should have got that.
Damn.
$59.99.
Yeah, because this was the Game of the Year edition that comes with all the DLC and all that. Oh well, but
Damn it, Matt.
I mean, hell, you're better off going to GameStop picking it up for like $15-20.
Legion edition is $20. I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. I still haven't even beaten the main story, but it's definitely a good, fun game. It's similar. It's like Assassin's Creed meets Batman Arkham Asylum.
God damn it. All right, next time this happens, you just need to log into my account and get that shit for me. Damn, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, so I've been playing that, and that's been fun. And I forgot to put on here, I'm still playing the Mega Man Legacy collection.
Oh, yeah, you made progress on that.
Yeah, I beat Mega Man 4. I just put it down for a while, and because I played Mega Man 1 through 3 like super like back to back to back.
Yeah, in one sitting almost.
Yeah, beat the hell out of them. And I gotta say, Mega Man 4 right now is probably on par of Mega Man 1 in terms of toughness. Because damn, there were definitely some hard bosses in there that, holy shit, it took some time. Just learning the moves and the technique and all that stuff.
So typical Mega Man, just hate your life. Oh, yeah. Rethink your existence.
Yeah, I mean, well, because when I compare Mega Man 1 and 4 to 2 and 3, 2 and 3 are vastly easier compared to 1 and 4.
That's insane to me that 4 is really that hard.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to play it, dude. I don't remember it. I know I played it back in the day, but I'm gonna have to play it.
Yeah, and so then I started Mega Man 5, and I'm about halfway through that right now. I've got I think 2 or 3 of the Robot Masters left, and that game is surprisingly really easy right now. And they love to give you extra lives as well too. I found 3 extra lives in one of the stages, and it wasn't even trying to seek them out. They were just dropping from enemies left and right.
Right.
Holy shit, what the fuck.
So it's funny that you say that. So one of the YouTube channels I'm really into is called My Life in Gaming, and they're the ones that kind of got me into the Frame Meister and all that shit. Yeah. And they always do a stream on Sunday night, and sometimes they do tournaments. I've played in them and stuff. I do their Mario Kart one and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tonight they're the thing that they're doing and their live stream and their little show. They're actually going to be playing Mega Man 5. So that's funny. That's literally the exact time. I just got an alert while you were actually talking about it. I was like, oh shit. So you say that one's easy, huh?
So far, I mean, I've not had any trouble with it, and not saying all the Robot Master stages are hard in all the games, but there's definitely some that are tougher than others. There's definitely some parts where you have those oh shit butthole puckered up moments, and I haven't experienced any of that in 5 yet.
Damn, dude. I wonder if they were getting complaints and shit at the time, or maybe. Well, I mean, I don't know. What is it in Japan? Is it Rockman or something?
Yeah, Rockman.
I wonder if is it harder in the Japanese version?
I don't know. I think you can play the Japanese version too on these.
Oh shit!
But I don't know. I haven't tried. But yeah. So I've been playing that, and then what else is on the list? I've got
2 more. One of them we both can talk about.
Yeah. The other one is I picked up I guess it's not really a board game, but it's more of a dice game a couple weekends ago called Dungeon Roll. And it was $20, and it's been surprisingly a lot of fun. My little one loves it. And my oldest, we've played one game and she's kind of it's not that fun, but my youngest one loves it. I love it. It's a game you can play by yourself. So basically the premise of the game is you've got, how many dice?
Hold on a second here. Does it come in a little treasure chest looking thing?
Yep.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
This looks awesome.
So you've got how many? You've got 7 black dice and 7 white dice. So basically what you do in the game is with the white dice, you form what you call your party, and your parties are going to consist of champions, fighters, wizards, and clerics, and thieves. And then you've got a scroll that can be used for certain stuff. And you also have to choose a hero, which heroes have different abilities depending on who you choose. Gotcha. And so the game is you have to go down this quote unquote dungeon to collect treasure. And you go down up to 10 levels, and So when you're in level 1, you roll one of the black dice, and it can be a monster, or it can be a treasure chest or a potion to revive your party members. If it's a monster, you have to use one of your party dice in order to kill it. So that party dice is then, taken aside and put into your quote unquote graveyard.
Okay.
So
Dude,
then
these dice are tits too. I'm looking at them, man. They're so sick. Look at the little skull on it and stuff.
Yeah.
The dice themselves are like really well done.
Yeah, and then when you get to level 2, then you roll 2 black dice, and then et cetera, et cetera. And, some classes, so if you roll 3 goblins at once, and you have a fighter in your group, that fighter can take out all 3 goblins. And, you pretty much match the color of the bad guys with your dice of your good guys. And you just try to get as far down as you can without disturbing the dragon and getting treasure. And so you do it, you go down in the dungeon 3 times, and just whoever gets the most treasure wins. I mean, that's a really simple way of explaining it without getting too deep into the rules, because the one thing I did have to do, because the rules are not written that great when you get the game, but there was a YouTube video I watched that explained how to play the game, and even did like a little showcasing how to play, and it was like a 20-minute video, and after I watched that video, it was super easy to pick up and play.
So this was a Kickstarter, it looks like. I'm actually on their Kickstarter page, and I even noticed that it's for sale at Walmart. So I mean, this is pretty serious, man. Like,
yeah,
it's got to be, for it to go from not only Kickstarter, it hit almost every goal they were looking for from Kickstarter, but to show up in Walmart, it's legit, and it's got to be a good idea. I'm looking at it here too, and it's like. This is a cool explanation of it. It says, Dungeon Roll is a light and quick pressure luck dice game with many important and interesting decisions. I like that, a pressure luck dice game. That's a good way to put it.
It is. It's very press your luck. And like I say, you can even play by yourself just to see how much experience you collect at the end of your 3rd dungeon run. And I've done that a few times, and it's fun. And, like I said, my little one, Zoe, she loves it. It's just so much fun for her.
1 to 4 players, 15 to 30 minutes. Ages 8 plus. Yeah, this is cool. All right, I'm sold, Matt. I'm gonna pick this up. It says Father Geek approved.
We need to do like a weekend where we just hang out, and I could bring this by and.
Let's do it, man. Hell yeah. Let's try to do it next weekend if we can. I want to check this out.
I don't have anything planned yet, but yeah, we can figure that out later.
Word. It's not like I don't see you every day this week.
No, not at all.
Hell yeah, man. That looks fun as shit, man.
No, it's definitely good. So
I'm down for the quick strategy type, luck type games. You know what I mean? Like, especially quick. It's that's the money.
I've got some other board games that they take just 15-20 minutes just to set up, and then a single game can last 2 to 3 hours. And while it's really fun, when you don't have that time and you just really want to play a quick game, this Dungeon Roll is perfect.
Nice.
So, and then last but not least, and we can even touch upon it more if you want. Let's
get into it now, bro. Let's get into it right now.
So, I guess it was fan made. I don't remember the name of the people who made it, but there was a Mega Man. A Mega Man Maker, which they just call Mega Maker.
Solid name.
And it is basically, if you've played Mario Maker, this is pretty much the Mega Man version of Mario Maker.
Dude, for being, crowdsource type, funded and made by fans, this could have been a release. Like this is polished.
Oh yeah, I would have paid money for it.
Oh, easily. I mean, Capcom, if you're listening, get on this, buy it up.
Dude,
don't shut it down, buy it up. It's good.
Yeah, this could have been released on all 3 consoles, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
And it would have sold bananas, Matt.
Yeah,
it is so good.
Because people still love Mega Man, I don't think it would have done as well as Mario Maker, of course, but...
It would not have done as well as Mario Maker, but it is done equally as well as Mario Maker. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for real, it is. It's super polished. It's super nice. Like I know you hate tutorials. You don't do them. Did you do the tutorial on that?
Yeah, because I did it really, really quick though.
I just wanted to see, like how well. I mean, they took their time to have the dudes talking to you and stuff. I mean, it's it feels like a finished game, and
yeah, it really does.
You can, it has what, 1 through 5, I think.
1 through 6.
1 through 6. It has Mega Man 1 through 6. Most stuff. There's some stuff missing. They say they're going to release more. There's going to be more content added later, and they even talked about going down and throwing in some of the X stuff too. So that'll be pretty cool. But you can do your backgrounds, you can do the terrain, you can do the enemies, you can do the bosses, and you can pick what power ups Mega Man has. You can turn the slide on or off
like that too.
Yeah, so cool, man. Like you can, and what's really neat, and I don't know, I don't think I've ever played a Mega Man map that starts you off with a different power than just the normal blaster.
That's right, you can do that.
Yeah, and it becomes unlimited. So like you can take Mega Man farther than it was ever intended because you can make levels designed around that specific power. Dude, I played a level, I'll have to find it and share it with you, Matt. I played a level last night, a fan-created level. It's Mario World 1-2, so the dungeon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and you don't have any, you have fire, so you can shoot fireballs. You have like the downward like spin like drill thing, so that's like how you jump on top of and kill enemies. And then you have the star one that makes you where you're able to jump pretty high. And
shit.
Dude, it was the whole world, like very fairly done. Towards the end of Mario 1-2, where you have like the lifts are going up and down on each side, and like you can go to like the warp zone or whatever. Mm-hmm. They did the blocks disappearing up and down, like that's how they did the elevators.
That's cool.
Yeah, really cool. So, but there you go. So like this game, you had unlimited of like the drill down, the spin type bounce power. I don't know what that's called. You have unlimited of that because they started you with it. So you can always bounce on and kill everything just like Mario could smash shit. So like it takes it to like all these places Mega Man wasn't intended in, and it doesn't have to be copying another game. I was just using that as an example. Like I did play a few where you had like unlimited fire and unlimited gears and stuff like that. So but yeah, totally different. You can't do that. There's no Mega Man that I know of that lets you do that. So I don't know, really cool, really fresh spin. I played a bunch of online levels. Most are friggin' terrible.
Yeah, just like Mario Maker. And you're going to have the same kind of crap that Mario Maker had, where people will purposely make really stupidly hard levels. And I just hate that stuff. The kind of levels that I always really enjoyed in Mario Maker were ones that tried their hardest to be like a professionally made Mario level,
Yeah.
And granted, it was fun to play those stupidly hard levels sometimes that, we've seen in YouTube and all that to try and beat them. But for the most part, I mean, I guess...
It's like novelty, right? Yeah. Whatever. The one thing I will say that Mario Maker... And this is the only thing I found that I like better about Mario Maker, and it's not that big of a deal, but Mario Maker makes you play through and beat the level before you're allowed to upload it. This does not. So there's potential for unbeatable levels.
Wait, no, it did. It made me...
It made you play through it?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, maybe it did. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. Butler knows what he's talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, because it totally made me beat my level before I could upload it.
Okay, good. Thank God. I was worried about that. Okay, I could have sworn I uploaded just my tutorial level that I made, and I don't remember having... I guess I did play... I don't know. But, okay. Well, never mind then. Then I like it better than Mario Maker. So there. A cool thing, too. Integrated perfectly with my Microsoft Xbox 360 controller.
Yes.
Hashtag Microsoft.
Yes, it does play nicely with that. And I didn't have to configure anything.
Not a damn thing. It worked right out of the box. Didn't have to change a fucking thing. So that was cool. You have to have Winamp installed. Which is kind of weird. I don't know. I just found that odd. But yeah, whatever. No big deal.
Maybe I already had it installed because I don't remember installing it.
You have to. It will not play without it.
Really?
I totally had to install it.
That's weird.
Which is weird because they don't say that it's a prereq. there's like a little thing saying that if you get the Winamp error that you need to reboot. And I'm like, so do you have to have Winamp? Or what? And it turns out you do, but they weren't really clear about that. So if you want to pick it up, just download and install Winamp first, and you should be fine.
Oh, okay.
What else about that game? Oh, when I talked to you earlier, you hadn't played any yet, but the example levels. Have you touched on any of those yet?
No, not yet. I was a couple hours ago. I was working on a second level, and I think I'm done. I think I'm done with it. I'm trying to tweak the difficulty because usually what I've been doing with making levels, at least the 2 that I've made so far, is I've been making all the platforming and all that stuff, and then I'll put in enemies. I mean, I try not to put in too many enemies, and I try to put in some nice, ones that at least give you a little bit of a challenge, but
right,
nothing too crazy though.
Gotcha. The example levels that are in there are really good. I've played about 6 of them, and they're long like a Mega Man level. They're hard, just hard enough where you got to retry some shit a few times, and really figure it out. So if you're looking for new Mega Man content, they're pretty good. They're definitely worth checking out. The creation is smooth, Matt. Your level, I played and beat your level. Your level is really nice. Your first one, I thought it was great. I didn't find anything that was wonky about it or anything. You even could turn it up a notch if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, I tried to, like I said, I try not to make it too hard. I mean, I know I can definitely raise the difficulty, but because since I've been playing Mega Man so much lately, I'm trying to almost emulate their level design, but I probably could make it a little harder. It's also kind of tough because we're missing so much. Because there's more bad guys I want to be able to put in. I'm not too crazy of all the bad guys we have right now that we can put in. Because there's some of the ones that since I've been playing, there's other ones I want to put in, but we can't. And, that's going to come down. And then there's other robot masters I want to put in, but we can't yet as well, too. So...
Yeah, they did. I do feel like there should have been more robot masters. Like, only having like a couple from each one, not so cool. Like, I think Mega Man 1, there's only 2 to choose from.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 to choose from in each one.
Shit, I just tried to launch Mega Maker. I hope it doesn't mess us up. Because sometimes it screws up my audio.
Uh-oh, how dare you.
No, we're good. Ooh, I hope nobody hears that. It's making noises.
I heard that little beep.
Did you really?
That little Mega Man beep or something.
Hopefully I caught it in time. I was going to go look at it to confirm, but that might be a bad idea when we're trying to podcast. Oh, shit. No, it's really good. You guys get out there and get it before it's taken down. Because I don't know how Capcom's going to allow this to exist, truthfully. Like, I really don't. Obviously, they're not making any money off of it, so they can't come at them that way. They obviously created this entirely from scratch, so they're not using any copyrighted material. They didn't take anything from any of the actual games, so Nintendo can't come after them for licensing issues. But they're probably going to attack them from some type of like defamation of character angle, if I had to guess, or not character sorry. There's.
How dare you cough?
Ooh. Anyways, just defamation of brand. Dying? Sorry. Yeah, some type of defamation of brand type angle.
Oh god,
I just swallowed the wrong way. Yeah, that was bad. Some type of defamation of brand or something like that. They'll come at where they didn't have the the legal right to release something of the brand of Mega Man or something. It'll get shut down. So get in there and get it. If it gets shut down,
it literally came out yesterday.
And it's still up. I was on their website today. It's still up. If it does get shut down, go ahead and email us at VCR Gaming Podcast, and we'll provide you with the zip file, so you can still play it.
No, we won't.
I mean, we won't. If you should so happens to email the podcast email and a file returns to you, I don't know how that happened.
It'll be a file of our logos in Mega Man
There
form.
you go. Boom. There you go. Never mind that our new logo looks like Mega Man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, definitely.
Oh shit. But yeah, so Matt and I are very we're very much in Mega Man brain set, I guess, this week with that coming out and everything. And
Well, it's ever since I got the Legacy Collection, I've been very Mega Man mode.
for sure.
And I can't wait for the second one coming out next month. Okay, that's going to be the next game I buy, is that second collection next month.
So good. Yeah, I'll get into that in a bit here. Anything else you've been playing, Matt? Jeez, we haven't even gotten through. We were worried about not having enough, and we're slacking here, man.
Anything else I've been playing? Not really.
That's quite a bit, actually, especially for how busy it's been. And I know you've stayed late a few days at work and shit like that, so.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Word. For me, let's see. So we talked about Mega Maker. Solid name, by the way. Final Fantasy 9. I am still on that. Or, well, I think the last podcast I said I got back on it, and I've still been playing it. Where am I, Matt? I'm on the North Continent or the Dark Continent. What's it called?
Yeah,
North Continent.
Fucking remember.
I don't know. I left the main continent that you start on. You had to go through like some tunnel with the friggin' gargantuans and all that, and hit switches to figure that out. And you go to another continent. I went there and then talked to these troll people that live on a bridge. Seriously, and they talk like really offensive, terrible Irish accents. I went through there. Where did I go? I went deep into this forest, and I talked to like all the black mages. I found the ones that are like self-aware, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
You have to go. What is it? Into deep into the forest where the owls won't even go.
Yeah,
and that's like the clue, for like to figure out how you get past their little illusion or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
So, anyways, yeah. So that's where I'm at on that game. I'm still loving it. It's a huge, and I bitch about this in games sometimes. It's a huge inventory management game, Matt. Like, so
with
much,
all the accessories.
Yeah,
especially the accessories with you learning the what do you call it?
Where you can like the little abilities that go into like you can put the little stones in each accessory and shit. Yeah. So, and you're constantly picking that kind of shit up or learning things. So you're constantly having to go through and remanage it. And they did do like this, like, they have like a little function that lets you, it's supposed to help you. It's supposed to, kind of make everything the best it could be, optimize essentially. Don't do that. It's not going to. It's going to go what gives you a balance of the highest stats on everything. Whereas maybe you want to have, I don't know, less magic defense because you want a higher, magic evade or something. You know what I mean? Like it just does a balance. So that doesn't help. I know they were trying to help with that, and maybe for a noob it would, but like I really found that I need to do that myself. So, I don't like that you can't save on the world map. You have to find a save point in this game.
Wait, no, you should be able to.
Not yet. I can't.
Wait, that you should have been able to do that in the very beginning of the game. Just use the whistle to call the Moogle.
Oh shit!
Have you really not been doing this the whole time?
No, dude. I wait till I get to where I need to go and find the stupid Moogle guy and save that way. Hold on. There's a whistle to call him when you're on the world map?
Yeah, it's like L1 or R1 or something.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I feel stupid now. Well, because all right, so in Final Fantasy VII, you can save anytime you want on the world map. It's just in your menu. So I just was like, oh, they made this game harder. Fuck them. But
yeah, no, you just hit like L1 or R1, something like that. You hit one of the top buttons, and it'll whistle.
Now.
Yeah, go load up the game right now, and
I don't even want to finish it. No, fuck that. I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm 30 hours in. I'm over it. Throw that shit away.
Not. You're not done with it.
I am. I'm fuck this game, Matt. Final Fantasy VII for life. All right, I'm over it.
No.
This was my new favorite too on the PS1.
It's still gonna be your favorite. You're just mad at yourself for not doing that.
How did I miss that? I feel so stupid right now.
You must have skipped the text because it tells you right after you leave the forest in the beginning of the game.
God, that would have been so... Dude, do you understand the level of frustration, like the unnecessary grinding that I've done?
I can't believe... Oh, man, that's funny.
Matt, no shit. It took me a half hour the other night to get to a save point because I didn't want to lose all the experience, but like I needed to go to bed, and it took me a half hour.
That's funny.
You're not going to run away from it. You're not going to stay in... You're not going to... Hold on.
Yeah.
You're gonna fight. Like, you're not gonna lose the experience too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna run away. You know. So yeah. So a half hour. Oh my god, it's so stupid. Oh god. Can you do a tent too? Like, can you whistle them and do a tent and revive everybody?
I think so.
Damn it. Okay. Well, I'm retarded. Moving on. What else? So one of, let's see, Zelda. I played some Zelda on the Switch. Mostly played with my son. I didn't play on my profile. I played with him. He needed some help doing some, what do you call them? Not dungeons, not...
the trials?
Yeah, what are those?
I think just called the trials?
No. That's... shit. Why can't I think of it? It's bothering me. Oh my god, brain fart. Anyways, helped him with a few of the puzzly things. We played, let's see, what else did we do? Just some exploring. I think, he needed help getting up on a tower to unlock part of the map and things like that. So, helped him with that. Just kind of messed around. Did some inventory management with him. So that's cool. It's always fun to get into that. I need to jump back into it, but I haven't had time. And when I do have time, like, I kind of just really wanted to play Final Fantasy just so I can get somewhere in it, because if you don't put the time in, you're never going to beat that, or not even necessarily beat, like, you're just not going to experience it. You know what I mean? So that's really been my focus. One of the pickups that I had since last podcast is we did pick up ARMS on the Switch. Are you familiar with that game, Matt?
Yeah, it's that fighting game where
fighting game with like
arms or whatever.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's fun. It's quick to pick up and play, and you can play with or without the motion controls. It doesn't really matter. My son really likes it. I mean, he played the shit out of it, so I mean, it's worth it in that aspect because at least somebody got it. I don't see myself ever picking it up and playing it, to be honest with you. I'll play it with him, you know what I mean? But there's just not enough there for me. And honestly, like, I mean, I'm not a huge fighting game guy. Like, I love Street Fighter 2, but only because I grew up with it and, like, fighting my friends on it and shit. I know it really well. I'm not, and in Mortal Kombat, I did play a lot of that. But at this point in my life, like, I'll never just pick up a fighting game just to see how far I can get in it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I need more content.
Flexes forward and all that stuff.
And that too, yeah. So it's a good game. It's fully developed. It's a full game. I'll give it that credit. I would rather see this as like a download game for $40. $60 as like a full release seems a bit much, but that is the Switch right now. And like I said, he really wanted it and he likes it and he's getting time out of it. And it is another game that we can play together, which is cool. I'm just waiting for that opportunity where like we're somewhere and we just have just the Switch itself and we each grab one of the Joy-Cons and now we got something to play, so that'll be cool, I'm sure. But that's it for what I've been playing, Matt. Mega Man the past couple days has been a lot, and Final Fantasy for me mostly. So,
fucking Final Fantasy.
I feel so stupid right now. I can't believe I didn't pay attention to that.
It happens, man.
So much frustration, Matt. So much frustration.
Oh, you probably would have had a much better time with the game. So you're still going to keep playing, right?
I don't know. I feel like breaking it right now.
Don't.
Yeah, I'll keep playing it. No, I still like it a lot. I'll probably play it tonight, actually. I feel like I've abandoned it with playing Mega Man yesterday, last night, and today. So I think I'll pop that bitch on.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Pickups. Matt, you probably did pick up something, but you're probably not thinking of it. Because
have I?
Well, when did you get Dungeon Roll?
Oh, I got that was it last weekend?
Well, there's your pickup.
Okay, yeah. It's just when I think of video games, it's like, nah, I haven't bought a video game. I mean, yeah, I got Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, but that was a digital download. I don't really count that.
Yeah, I guess, especially if we're trying to be retro, you can't count digital. But
Yeah.
it is still a pickup. It's still a game that you bought, so.
Now, there's just...
That's
the
actually two
only-
things, so.
Yeah, the only game I want to get right now, as far as retro goes, is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I've not played it, but I've heard so many good things about it.
Yeah, how has this eluded me as well? You mentioned it before we started the show, and I don't understand. You said it, and then now that you say that, I recently was watching a YouTube video of somebody recommending it as well.
Yeah.
Damn. $500.
Well, no, I saw one for like 30, 35.
So let's see. Disc only is 32 shipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. 32, 39. How does that... Is that 2D? Yeah, that is. Okay.
Yeah, but I've
All
heard
right.
it's what they call like a Metroidvania, where it's very similar to Metroid, where, you know, you gain more powers and unlock more stuff, and
This looks pretty cool.
yeah. It's really want to play it. I've heard nothing but good things, and I finally did play Super Castlevania 4 on Super Nintendo. I know we've talked about that before, and that game was a shit ton of fun.
Such a good game. Dude, all the Castlevania games, man.
Oh yeah, did you hear that they came out with a Castlevania anime on Netflix?
Yeah. Oh shit, it's like 4 episodes, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet or anything, but I've been told, and I'm a little disappointed by this, that there is no one with a whip just randomly smashing candles open in hopes for a better whip or more hearts for food. I'm really disappointed they didn't do that. There should have been at least 5 minutes of that in the show.
I heard that the biggest letdown of the show is that at the end of the 4th episode, it feels like episode 5 should be starting, not a whole nother season. But it has been greenlit for season 2.
Which is good, and I've heard season 2 is going to have 8 episodes.
And how much whipping of candles?
Yeah, I mean, how do you have a Castlevania show and not even, like I said, I haven't seen it yet, so maybe they do show a part where
They're gonna do some tongue-in-cheek shit, bro, where they do it like as like a gag or a joke somewhere. You know what I mean? Like they're not. Yeah, for sure. But
fucking Japanese people.
whoa,
I need to see
But
my
yeah.
whip into candles.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Them and their
They need to stop being so serious.
yeah, and stop being so good at freaking Mario Kart Online, assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll run through. I got a couple of pickups. One of them was Arms talked about. I got Mega Man X4 for the PS1.
Oh, that's right, you did.
I've never played it, so I'm actually pretty excited. Like I said, the X stuff that I played was all on Super. I think I've only played Mega Man X, actually. So this is kind of cool. I haven't played it yet, but I actually have it in right now. Just like while I'm doing the podcast, it's just doing like the demo and the title screen. And let me tell you, man, this looks awesome. This looks so freaking cool. Like the graphics are awesome. Looks like he has a shitload of abilities and stuff that he can do. There's different. You can play as Mega Man X, Mega Man Zero, and there's also really bad late '90s freaking full motion video.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun game. And I think I told you this before. The one downside to this game is it's not very hard. Because I've played and beaten it, and it's just not a very hard game at all.
Is it fun?
Oh, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Well,
It's just, because when you play Mega Man X, especially, it's definitely hard. But there's what is that? The only part I remember even being hard at all was the very final Sigma boss. Oops, did I spoil it? Sigma's the bad guy. Oh no.
Funny.
I don't even think he's the original bad guy in the show, or not the show, but the game. But oh no, it turns out to be Sigma the whole time.
Well, I mean, it's really alluding to it right now. I'm watching this FMV that they got playing on it, and I mean, it shows them. So, I mean, come on,
Yeah.
I didn't even press start on the damn game yet, and it kind of is already alluding to that. So, but it looks really cool, man. And I mean, yeah, it's 240p PS1 graphics, so it's gonna be a little pixely. But let me tell you, that might be one of the best, like. It's not 16-bit, it's definitely 32-bit era, but like, that style of like side-scrolling 2D-esque games, like it looks, dude, it looks great, man. Like,
Yeah.
it really does. Like, you're telling me that this is 240p, and if it wasn't for the jagged pixely like edges on everything, I would fight you and say that it's not. Yeah, 97 it came out. Huh. Anyway, so I grabbed that. I got it for, it was like... I think it was like $19.14 with tax at a local game shop.
Oh, that's cool.
And I looked it up online last night, and you can get it shipped for $19. So there you go. So I paid 14 cents over to get it locally. So not upset about that. Totally fair price. And it looks like I'm gonna have some fun with it. So I'm pretty happy about that pickup. I would probably start it tonight, but I really need to get through Final Fantasy, and because I probably have 10 hours into the Mega Maker now, so I should probably get back to Final Fantasy for a little bit. But other thing I got, Matt, is I picked up the Mega Man Legacy Collection, just like you. But I intentionally purchased it on the Xbox One. Yes, I did, Matt. Yes, I did, Matt. I did.
Why?
That happened.
I
I
don't
could have got it in
even
the PlayStation too, and I got it on the Xbox.
Why?
Well, it's clear, obviously, that the Xbox One is the superior game console at the time right now. So, you want all that horsepower to play the
Some
8-bit Mega Mans. Yeah. So, truth be told, I just wanted to... I play all my Mega Man stuff in the game room right now, and my PS4 is out in the living room. So I was like, no, keep Mega Man in the game room. So I just got it on there. Just literally, it doesn't matter with that game. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm playing it online. Yeah. It's not like it's better on one or the other or anything. So I just grabbed it on there. And it was a used copy, but I got the stickers too, Matt. So really happy about that. Yep. I actually just got that last night, as a matter of fact. We just happened to be at one of the malls that had a GameStop in it, and they had it. So I was like, yep, getting that. So
yeah, dude, it really is a good little collection. I've been really impressed with it.
Is it like next week the second one comes out?
Well, no, it's next month.
Next month. I knew it was soon. I knew it was really soon. Yeah. But hell yeah, man. So stoked about that. I'm gonna get through those as well, just like you have. I have beaten 2 recently on the NES Classic, so I'll probably skip that one when playing it, just because I did beat it recently. I'm gonna run through those like you. Oh yeah, I guess I'll miss the achievement. Well, it'll be easier this time around, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty stoked about that. So that's it for pickups for me, man. Let's see. Before we move into the main topics and the news, you got anything else on your mind there, Mr. Zuby?
No, we can start getting into the main topics and all that.
All right.
Shit.
So first thing I want to do is I want to get something off of my chest, and this is I'm going to rant a little bit. And Matt, right before the show, I brought this up to you as a topic, and you felt the same way about one of these local shops as I do.
Oh yeah.
We don't have good game shops in our area at all. Like, we don't.
Now let's preface this by talking about retro video game shops, because we do have some game shops, where you could play, tabletop games and board games that are good, but we're talking strictly retro game shops.
Sorry, yes, I'm not trying to offend Zuby or or your audience. No.
It's just important to make that distinction, because everybody will be thinking like, oh, we're talking about just game shops altogether.
No. You're absolutely right. And actually, we are kind of lucky. We do have a lot of those like tabletop game and card game. We do have like a lot of that in the area. So we are actually pretty lucky. Then those are, from what I understand, are pretty good. But no, video games and specifically retro video games. Local retro video game shops. None of them are any good. Not one of them. And I'm not even pissed off about, one place I'm pissed off about prices, but mostly I'm not pissed off about prices because most of them will sell it to you at retail and what you're at a store. If you're thinking you're going to get a deal at a store, you're in the wrong place to begin with. Okay, like you should expect to pay top dollar retail, but not anymore. And you certainly shouldn't have to fight with somebody to get them to bring the price down or bundle it with a bunch of shit to bring it down to just where it's at retail anyways. You know, if it's at that, it's like, well, why did I come out of my house today? Why didn't I just order it off eBay? You know, like why do you even exist? You know, like, why does your shop even exist? Like, I get that you got to make a buck, but I know for a fact that you are just taking advantage of people when you get these games, or you're getting them for nothing, you know? So it's like, I know you have high margins, and if you don't, then you need to get out of the business too, because you're doing it wrong. So, you know, Matt, I've been everywhere. There's only one chain of shops left, and I will say their name because I don't know anything about them yet, so it's fair. M&M Video Games. There's 3 of them in the area. I don't know how we missed these, Matt.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to those.
Looking on their Facebook and stuff, they actually look like they have some good stuff, nice clean shops. And being more of a chain, they're probably more likely to, you know, they're not going to haggle with you on prices, but it also means their prices are probably exactly what they should be. So, you know, I'm okay with that. But I'll check it out and report back. But with the exception of those, I've been everywhere. I have been to the ones in flea markets, which flea markets are probably the worst offenders. They have the highest prices. You have the lowest overhead.
You remember the flea market shop that I got?
Yeah, but they're gone.
Game Boy Advance. Yeah, they're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
The only one that was worth a damn.
And they were probably, that's where I got my Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and a whole bunch of games because they were willing to make deals and they knew the prices of the stuff. They weren't going to upcharge.
They were cheaper. They were cheaper than retail because you were telling me the prices you were paying and like I was shitting my pants. Like I couldn't believe it. Like how cheap you got shit for. Like you got your Game Boy Advance for $30 and it's the good one, the backlit one. And recently they've come down to about 40, but for a while there, and even when when you bought yours, they were spiking at 50 to 70.
Dude,
so I got it at 30 at the time.
Dude, I got my Super Nintendo there for 30 with all the plugs and 2 controllers.
So, you know, I guess that's what it is the ones that are worth it, you know, go away. I don't know. But I've been to, you know, out in Brandon, there's like an indoor flea market. I went out there not too long ago. I went into that place. They had a whole bunch of shit. They were probably 20% over retail or eBay even shipped. Jesus. And it's like, ugh, you know, or like, so there's this one, Matt, that I was talking to you before the show. It's in Newport Richey. You were talking about how overpriced they were, and they are. That person opened up a shop out in Wesley Chapel. Okay, so they have 2 now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They did. Because they used to have 2, one in Newport Richey and one in Hudson. The one in Hudson failed, though, because it was in such a terrible spot.
And the guy's an asshole that runs it, for sure.
The older guy?
Yeah. Oh, so you know him. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember his name, but I've talked with him, and he I don't know.
This guy, and let me start, man. Let me start on this shit because oh god. Okay, so it started off. We went to let me start even further back. So, buddy of mine, EJ, his second job, he works at a Beef O'Brady's, which is in like the same strip mall. He's like a weekend manager guy over there. Yeah. And he was telling me about it. He's like, oh, there's a game shop opening up, whatever. And he's super into video games like you and I. And so he was stoked. He's telling me about it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go out there with Melissa and Aiden. And, you know, it's like one night. We just have nothing to do. You know, it was like a Saturday night or something or a Friday night. And we were in the area. I was like, we're going in here. So we went in to go look at it. And it was raining outside. But this guy has like the black and white, like checkerboard, like the cheapest, shittiest floor tiles you can put down.
Oh, God.
And we come in, and not only are our feet squeaking, but I mean, we're kind of sliding a little bit. Like, it's a little dangerous, you know? Like, damn, bro, like, that's a risk. Like, you're not supposed to do that in retail, but that's a whole nother thing. So we're in there, and, you know, my kid, he's a kid. He's he's going to pay attention to the noise his shoes are making. Yeah, he was exaggerating a little bit, but we're parents, and we're not deadbeat parents, so we got on to him. You know what I mean? But then the guy had to make a comment, you know, about dirtying his floors up. It's like, asshole, it's raining outside. Like, what? You don't have a floor mat. Like, what? You know, or a doormat. What are we supposed to do? You know. So that was like strike one. And then I'm trying to.
I know the guy too, and fuck him already. God,
fuck him 4 times before he hits the ground. So then I'm like, I'm talking with him or whatever, and you know, he'll say something or whatever, or you'll say something. He just wants to talk about himself and his collection and his shops and how he's going to be all over Tampa and this and that. You don't want to really engage him because that's all he's going to talk about. You're not going to have an actual conversation. You're not going to learn anything. You know, he's not going to listen to what you're actually there for. Terrible for trying to run a business and be customer service. So whatever. So he actually had quite a bit of Sega CD games, and everybody knows I've got I'm new to a Sega CD and stuff, so I'm gonna look at those when I go somewhere. And I'm looking, and if anybody knows anything about Sega CD, they're in these oversized like CD cases. They're really big, and they're like that 90s CD case type jewel case material, so they have so much glare on the spines of these things because it's so big, like it's such a fat spine. And it's really hard to see. Like there's very few stores I go in that there's not a lot of glare. Like you almost have to get right up on them, or you have to hold them to kind of figure out what game it is, right? Yeah. So his are like behind the counter, but like kind of like not. Like just you feel like you're kind of encroaching into the behind the counter space, but you're not.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I'm trying. I just get over there and I'm trying, and like I put my hand on one to kind of just move it, like take my finger and just kind of change the angle. Like I'm not even taking it off the shelf, and this dude comes right on me. I mean, he comes right up over on me. Literally, we're the only people in his store. Like, obviously, you can see what I'm doing from where you were. And he's like, "Yeah, please don't grab on those, this and that." And it's like, dude, like I'm in here with my family. I'm a fucking adult. Like, and I'm gonna buy shit. Like, I can't. You're telling me I can't look at the Sega CD games? Like, they're not gold. Like, the best game he had was like $9. You know, like I'll give you the $9 if I drop and break it, man. Like, calm the fuck down, you know. So that pissed me off. Like, okay, I'm not competent enough to hold your games. So then
I would have walked out and be like, all right, bye.
Oh, dude, Melissa did. Did. Yeah, her and Aiden out. I mean,
dude, I would have walked out and just been like, yeah, I'm going to leave you a bad review.
Oh, she did, bro. She did. She was out. Like, Melissa don't put up with shit. Melissa has no patience for stupid assholes, like, at all. Yeah. So she dipped. So whatever, and I didn't really catch on to it right away. And also, he had a couple things that were catching my eye, and I'm like, yeah, you may be an asshole, but like, I have it in my head, like, I'm going home with a fucking video game tonight. Like, so I'm like, all right, well, how much do you want?
Money, man, you're nicer than I am.
Well, I didn't cross the line, and actually, dude, I don't mean to go off on this, but like, I'll wait till I tell you about the other store. So this store, so like I pick out two things and I'm like, yeah, how much you want for this and that? And he's like, well, let me see what GameStop charges for it.
What?
Yeah. So he's like, so one of them was for Aiden. It was Minecraft Story Mode on the Xbox One.
Okay.
Which he has on the PS3, but they did an update and it's like not playable. They fucked it up. So I was like, yeah, if it's like, you know, $15 or something, I'll grab it for him. Like he played and beat that game, so I believe him when he says he wants to play it again, you know, and he just can't. So I was like, all right, well, that's cool, and I'll get something and we'll make a deal. So he looks that up. He's like, well, it's $27 at GameStop, but you know, you're a first time customer and we're new, so I'm going to give you the 10% discount. This now he's like, I can do it for $22. I was like, is $27 for the new price? He's like, no, that's used. And I'm literally on my phone, Matt, on eBay, and it's like $22 shipped, brand new on eBay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, you know, and I'm not going to beat the guy up. Like, I'm just thinking like, this is, I already know, like the tone is set, right? So then he's got a copy of Road Rash on Genesis, Road Rash 2 on Genesis.
Ooh, love that game.
Yeah, it's cheap ass game. It's like a $12 game. It's not expensive. It's easy. It's common. Everybody had that fucking game. So he's like, well, let me look it up on GameStop. And I'm like,
oh my God.
First of all, GameStop is not your resource. Like, he knows that they're the most expensive. Like, he knows what he's fucking doing. Okay? He knows they're the most expensive.
Why are you still here in this story? I would have been gone.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started, bro. So he's like, I could do that one for $15, and I already know it's a $12 game, dude. Like, I know it. Like, I almost bought it. So I'm like, ugh. He's like, all right, well, I'll do like, I don't know, he said like 35 or something for both or whatever. So he like basically, or no, what was it? 15. No, because he wanted to do 22. Yeah, 22 and 15. So it was a little over. He's like, I'll do 35. I'll do 35 for this set. So basically, it's still over retail. Like, it's still over retail. Like, he's doing me a favor. And I was like, you know what? And I had the games, like, he had them, because I'm not allowed to touch them, apparently. Can't handle a fucking video game. So he has them, like, on the counter, like, ready, like, you know, I'm like, you know what, man? I'm like, I'm not really all that interested. And you know, my wife and kid are out there. I gotta see what's going on. I'm out of here. So I just left. He's like, all right, well, come back, you know, this and that. And it was too much shit, dude. Yeah. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. So, So the day that we went to Replay Arcade, we went. I knew he had a store out in Newport Richey, but I knew he wouldn't be there because he's the only one working at the new store in Wesley Chapel. And I was like, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna pull a fast one on these freaking, you know, artards that are working in his shop, and I'm gonna get stuff at a fair price.
Nope.
Dude, no. Oh no, not gonna happen. He has them trained to check GameStop. Yeah, they don't have a POS system, Matt. Point of sale. They don't have that. They don't have anything in inventory. So you can ask them for a game. They have no idea if they have it. They don't know how much it should be or what it should be. They have no SKUs, none of that. And they'll tell you that. And it's like, how are you around? How do you exist? How the fuck do you exist? So, all right, so I'm looking through everything in the store. Matt, there's nothing. There's fucking nothing in this store. It's all sports games and trash. I mean, just garbage.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
that's the one I went to because I wanted to get you know, Symphony of the Night, and they said, oh, it's $60, and I'm looking, and I'm just like, oh, okay, thanks, bye.
I'm surprised they had that game, dude. Truthfully,
yeah, they had it, and it's like that game is not $60. If it was like brand new sealed, it'd be worth more, but I'd be like, hell yeah. But no, it was a greatest hits version, which you can easily buy it online for $35 to $40.
Oh yeah, for sure. In fact, I'm looking at a sealed one for $55, greatest hits right now. So there you go.
No, and that is when they had their store in Port Richey or Hudson, right by 52 and 19. Mm-hmm. That's the one where I was just looking one day and I was wanting to pick up Onimusha for PS2 again, and they were selling it used $30. And I'm just like, are you out of your fucking mind? I could get that game pretty much almost brand new sealed for $30.
This was also probably a while ago too, right?
Yeah, this is a while ago. This is a couple years ago, and you could go on eBay right now and buy it complete in case with manual for $5.
Oh shit! They wanted $60.
No, 30. That's for Onimusha.
Sorry.
Yeah, and it's just
so 100% markup.
Yeah, dude, that guy has always been fucking ridiculous. And going off a little bit off the beaten path, because they also sell Magic stuff too. Okay, so the store in Newport Richey, the only competition they have is a little bit north of them, and that's E&D Games. And that's the game store that I go to, and the guy Dave, the store owner, he's like the best store owner ever. I fucking love that guy. He's really good. He does charge a little bit more for his sealed product for Magic, but you know, the experience you get at that store is well worth it.
Friendly, he'll bullshit with you. He knows what he's talking about. He's not trying to talk to you about what he has and look at me, I'm so cool, look at my collection. Dude,
he once he learns your name, he'll never forget it. You know,
that's personal service right there.
Yeah, and so like if I'm gonna buy sealed Magic product, I'll buy it from him. But this guy, this motherfucker, he'll purposely sell all his sealed Magic product cheaper than him just so he gets the business, which, you know, granted, it's capitalism, cutthroat, whatever.
It is.
But his game store is so small, because I don't know if you remember that the store in Port Richey, there's a little back area. That's where they play Magic, and there was like 2 or 3 tables there.
Oh, no, I never went to that one.
Yeah. No, it's the same one in Newport Richey.
Oh, yeah, I went in the back room. They actually have video games bleeding into that room. But yeah, you're right. There's like 2 tables or something like that back there.
Yeah, and that's where they play Magic.
So I get the feeling in that store too that like that is his bread and butter. Like I think he should get out of the video game business, because there's no way he's making money off video games with what I saw in there, dude. There's no fucking way, man.
There is nothing but bullshit in there.
Dude, so, all right. one more thing to say about this, because this is the most important part. Like, you have to hear this. So I come across a case in the store, and it has, dude, fucking Mega Man 2, Mega Man 4, you know, like all these Mega Mans and like all kinds of shit, really crazy rare Japanese only RPGs that I can't even say the fucking name of, but I know what they are. You know what I mean? I've seen them. Yeah. I know, like, that's a $600 game. Holy shit. You know, like all kinds of good shit. And it's in this case. I'm like, oh, well, here's the good shit. You know, boom, sitting in there, right in there, a loose cart Mega Man X, Super Nintendo. And I know because he just sold one to EJ for $30 at the other store. So, and I know because when EJ bought that, I looked it up online to see what it was going for, and it's going for $30. So I'm like, okay, I'm buying this fucking game. Fuck this. I want this, whatever. Oh, yeah. I ask, I'm like, hey, I'm interested in that. Oh, we're not even allowed to open that case. I'm like, I'm sorry? They're like, yeah, that's the owner's personal collection. I said,
so then why fucking have it there?
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, she's like the lady I was working with, and she was nice enough. She's just working, you know. I'm not mad at her. I know who the asshole is, you know. And she's like, yeah, that's the owner's personal collection. I was like, so he's not in the business of making money? And she's like, well, I guess anything is for a price. I mean, he'd probably sell you the whole store for a couple $1 million. And I'm laughing. I'm looking around. I'm like, there's maybe 100K in inventory, maybe. You know, like, but whatever. Right. I'm not arguing with her, you know. Yeah. And I'm like, well, that's just silly. I'm like, why would you even have something available on display if it's not available for purchase? And she's like, well, it's the owner's collection and it's his store. I was like, well, why isn't it in his house? And I just stopped because like I'm getting mad and I'm becoming an asshole. You know, I was like, look, I'm not interested in anything crazy rare. I said, there's a Mega Man X right there. It's not rare. It's an affordable game. I said, can you at least check with him to see if he'll sell it? And she's like, oh, I'll call him. And so dude, I can hear the conversation. And so she calls him and she's like, yeah, one of the, somebody's here, you know, they're interested in the Mega Man X, in your personal case. And he's like, did you open it? That's the first thing he says to his employee. Like, she's a child, dude.
Oh, is she like a somewhat older lady, a little bit bigger, have blonde hair?
No, this is a dark haired, I felt like she was, if I remember correctly, oh, no, she wasn't. She didn't have an accent. It was the guy that worked there who creeped me out, by the way. He was creeping on my son. Anyways, just bad experience all around. But so I'm like, I can hear the conversation, and he's like, she's like, no, I didn't open it. I didn't touch anything. He's like, did you take anything out? Did he hold anything? Like, this is what he's saying to her. Damn. Dude. And I'm like, you can't, like, okay, why is your valuable if you don't want people touching shit, why is it in your fucking store, man? Take that shit home. That's your collection. And then it hit me, a week before when we were in the other store. All he wanted to do was tell me about all of his shit that he had that he would never sell. So anyway, so I'm like, she's like, well, it's just Mega Man X, you know. He's like, does it have a box? And she's like, no, it's just a card or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'll let it go. He's like, well, let me look it up. He's like, all right, I'll let it go. I'll let it go for $45. And I was like, I'm not interested, thank you. Like, before she even got off the phone, so I wanted him to hear it. You know, and she's like, oh, well, do you want me to see if he'll maybe come down a little bit? I said, no. I said, you know what, honestly, I said, this whole thing has rubbed me the wrong way. I said, and we had a bad experience at the other store. I think we're going to leave. So we all left, dude. But, like, that's like, it's either you get that type of experience around here in these stores, or you get like people that have no fucking clue about anything that's in there and it's shit inventory. That's what we deal with in this area, man.
Yeah, shit. Like the game store over by me, they post pictures of really cool stuff on their Facebook, and then you go there and then they're like, oh, well, we sold it online. Then why
they put all their good shit to eBay, dude? They do.
Why the fuck do you even have a store then? Because I've been there like 3 times now, and every single time it's been nothing but shit inventory. Like, literally nothing good. And I mean, like, I have spent, the last time I went there, I spent like I wouldn't say almost an hour, but almost like 30 minutes just looking at each section except Xbox. Fuck you, Xbox. Of, just looking at the stuff. I looked at all the console sections that I have, the consoles for, and there's literally nothing good at all.
The thing is, man, I went there... I don't know. It wasn't shortly after they were open, but I mean, they weren't open very long. And I went there and I think I raved about it to you because I was literally floored. I'm like, there's Suikoden 2. There's, they have all the Aladdins. Like, and that's not an expensive game, but it's cool to see. You never see them. Nobody ever has anything you actually want to fucking play around here, And what else? I don't know. I can't remember. But I was telling you all the good shit, and you're like, oh, man, I'm going to have to go in there, this and that. And then by the time you went in there, apparently they're just not getting the foot traffic or something. I don't know what's going on, but all the good shit was gone and was on eBay and wasn't out on the floor. And it's like, I got that Lightning Force game from them, that same store that you're talking about. Right. But it was on eBay, and he pulled it. And he only did it because it had went on there right then and there, and he sold it to me at his eBay price. But, I mean, that's fine because it was on par with every other eBay price. So
I know the owner of this. I don't like him.
He's kind of douchey, yeah.
It's not only that. He is the type of guy who purposely, because I've seen him at garage sales and other flea markets, and he'll just buy shit up and go sell it. He's one of those kind of people where it's
I understand that if you're like you have the store, but those guys, I mean, yeah, it's kind of it fucks the collector over, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm indifferent about it because I understand you need to make a living doing shit.
Yeah, I mean,
on the other hand, like you're leaving nothing for us,
Yeah, I get it. Like you said, you got to make a living, and you'll do whatever you got to do, which I get. I'm not mad about that. It's just more of a it's fucking seriously. Like, I stopped going to Goodwill around my area because of him, because I'd see him there. I've seen him there a couple times and just see him like grab a handful of shit when it's like I'm looking through that shit, and he's, whatever.
Yeah,
just fuck him.
He apparently. So the story on that guy is that he apparently worked at like GameStop for.
He also used to work at Game Traders. Or whoops. I was supposed to say the name. Whoa, no. You got to edit that out.
No, I'm not. Fuck them. I hate them so much. Yeah, I don't like the badmouth.
They suck ass.
They suck. And, it's kind of like... I feel like his shop is a better experience than that. By a long shot, it is. And some of the people that work there are much better. And his pricing is much more fair. It is. He's not selling anything over what it's worth. He's not. I will say that. Like, everything is very fair.
You're right. He is fair. I've gotten good deals there, but it's just shit inventory.
It is. And that's the killer, man, is like places that have good inventory, you can almost bet it's like what I experienced. Where it's not for sale, which is stupid, or it's going to be way overpriced. You know what I mean? Or, it's just so crazy because like, I know there's better out there. Like I went to Jacksonville. I went to,
have you ever been to the one at, USA Flea Market? I forget the name. Those guys.
Yeah.
They have a good collection. It's just that they're kind of, I don't want to say like, dude, they're just fucking weird.
They mutants? Is that the word you're looking for?
Yeah, I guess mutants. It's sort of like why do you exist in our society?
Damn, we're just hating on everything and everybody today, dude. Like nobody's safe. Well, dude, they're gone. That's all gone, by the way. Did you hear about that flea market?
Yeah, it like, what was it, mold or some shit? Or
no, dude, the county showed up and did an inspection. And there was thousands of violations, and it was so much that they wouldn't even there's no way they could fix it. They have to level it. So they cut a deal on the fines with them if they have it demolished by like a certain date. So it's gone.
I didn't know it was that bad. Holy shit!
I think it's already demolished, actually.
Well, no, it's not demolished yet. I just drove by it this morning.
Then it's imminent, dude. Like days. Like it has to be by like the end of the month or something. It has to be gone before they're gonna get like crazy fines.
I just thought they were having to pay some fines, and that was it.
Oh no, they're done.
What the hell happened with it? Like, what was so bad about it? I mean, that place was a shithole anyway. But
there's like a 3-hour video. There's a 3-hour video that the building inspector posted up, like the Pasco County building inspector posted up, and it's bad. Like everything's crazy unsafe. Like but then again, it's a flea market. Yeah, I'm sure. I think I saw it on their Facebook. You can just go to like, search like Pasco County Facebook, or just search USA Flea Market. You'll find the inspection video.
I gotta look that up, man.
Dude, it's not a very entertaining video. Like it's really long and boring. But if you skip around, you'll see all kinds of crazy shit. But like the thing is though, it's a flea market. Like what flea market is not put together like a serious fucking shack? Like,
have you ever been to Howard's Flea Market up in Homosassa?
I have, yeah. Yeah, it's
talk
way
about
worse.
a shithole.
Yeah.
I mean, USA Flea Market looks like the fucking what's that palace in France, like the Palace of Versailles or something?
Yeah, or Taj Mahal or some shit.
Yeah. And then you look at Howard's Flea Market up in Homosassa. That is
You're like, is that a tent?
God,
sweet tent and cardboard box, bro.
Is this like a homeless person sanctuary or something,
dude? But it's a flea market. Like I've never, like, I know that at any given time a roof is going to fall on me in a flea market. I don't care what flea market it is, and that's the risk you take going in there. But side point, what took them 25, 30 years to go in there and inspect this place? Like, shame on the county. You're just now realizing?
Bro, they spent all the money, fighting the pill traffic, and they're just like, there's no pill dealings today, so we're just going to go to this flea market.
I think somebody personally pissed somebody off, and they sent the fucking inspectors in there. What happened?
Had to have been something like that, man.
How does it make it 30 years with that many violations?
There's no way it would have lasted that long normally.
Hell no.
That place has always been a shithole.
Always. I mean, I went there when I was a kid, man.
Pretty much majority of all flea markets in Florida are all shitholes.
Of course they are. I think they are everywhere, man. I don't think it's just a Florida thing.
Well, I don't think I've ever been to a flea market at a state. Wait, no, I've been to one up in Maine, but that was more indoor, though.
Yeah, those don't count.
Yeah.
There are some indoor ones that, like, the building is, like, solid and nice outside, but you go in and it's like, what happened? Did they bring the outdoor flea market indoor? Like, did you erect another roof in here just to have a shitty roof over me? Like, is that going to fall on me?
Like, and more dregs of society just suddenly pop up. Like, Jesus Christ.
Dregs of society.
No, seriously. Like, I'll never forget when my wife and I set up shop at a flea market, the airport flea market actually, one year, just to make some extra Christmas money or whatever. And there's people, like, that's all they do. They will go from flea market to flea market, like, every month. And apparently some of them make really good money. Yeah. like we were talking to this older couple that, and oh, by the way, this lady had the best boiled peanuts I've ever had.
That is what you're going to find at a flea market, by the way, is quality. No, I'm not even kidding. For real. Like, that's where they're at. And
it's not the same, though, because every other boiled kind of peanuts I've had, they haven't been the same as this lady's. I don't know what she did differently.
She's still there?
No, she's long gone. I think her husband passed, and like she probably just went off solo or some shit. But no, like I said, she and her husband would just go to flea market all around the U.S. and apparently make good money and all that stuff. But
that's insane.
But yeah, boiled peanuts, that was the shit.
I want some now. You're a dick.
And she, you know what? She even would make Cajun boiled peanuts.
That's the ones you get. That's the ones you get. And I gotta say this for anybody listening outside of here. That is kind of like a South thing, by the way. Like, y'all may not know about that, but Cajun boiled peanuts, yeah. You start getting out of the South, and people know what the fuck you're talking about. The best. You are missing out on life if you haven't had some freaking Cajun boiled peanuts.
Oh, I've never even had boiled peanuts ever until a few years ago, because it always just seemed weird. Like, I don't know, they don't look. It does
sound weird, yeah,
and they smell kind of weird and all that stuff. And then my wife just finally convinced me to try, and I'm just like, she bought me a small little bag one time, and I'm just like,
your pupils just dilate and you just down them all.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what happened. Like, I tried one, I'm like, oh my God, and immediately downed it, and fucking fantastic.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
This has become... All right, so now we're
way the fuck. We're talking about flea markets and boiled peanuts.
All right, we are no longer talking about gaming. This is going to be a cooking show now.
Yeah.
Talking about smoking and grilling meats, and talking about boiled peanuts, and talking about really bad flea market experiences. I tried to buy some tube socks the other day, and fucking, they were trying
to ran out of the sock.
Charge 50 cents a sock. Like, what is this?
I need about $3.50.
That tree fitty. Oh, dude, you know, I didn't even tell you. I don't even think I told you this. Did I tell you about the Loch Ness Monster and my kids?
No, what?
Oh, my God. All right. So, and we're going way off top. I don't give a fuck
Who cares?
anymore.
It's our podcast. Do what we want.
Yeah. We've got like 3 listeners, so we're good.
It's all good.
So we were all sitting around the dinner table, and was it Zoe or Jazz was asking, you know, oh, hey, how about you tell us some stories or something about us or whatever? And I look at them and I'm like, well, there was this one time that Zoe came out of her room and she was talking about her imaginary friend Bobo the dinosaur. I did the whole Loch Ness Monster skit on them, and they were busting out laughing, bro. They were dying. And then I told them, like, then they were like, oh, we want to hear about the time you and Mom met for the first time. I'm like, well, we were out fishing.
Dude, that needs to be your go-to like fucking story now when somebody asks you about something.
Dude, I had my kids dying laughing.
My son, I didn't really tell him the story. Like, he doesn't know about that or whatever, but he asked me something that actually was 350. And I was like 350. I kept saying it. And he's like, he thought it was funny just the way I was saying it. And then like I texted him a picture of the $350 bill. It has like Loch Ness in it and shit.
You did it like Chef's Dad, right? Where you're like,
yeah.
$350.
Yeah. No, I totally did. Yeah.
And it was about that time I realized my son was actually a 60-foot tall crustacean creature from the Mesozoic era.
It changes every time.
I love it. Dude,
that's awesome.
I forgot to tell you that, but my kids were dying.
I bet they were, dude. Kids love that shit when you get all silly and stupid like that. Oh, man.
Then I told them about the time where I saw an alien in my backyard. They didn't really believe me, though. It's kind of bullshit.
That's nothing to fuck around about, Matt.
Oh, I was a kid. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I mean,
I don't fuck with aliens, bro.
Yeah.
They liquefy insides and they have bases a mile underground. Anyways, that's a whole nother podcast.
We should do a conspiracy theory podcast.
Oh my God, we should.
Just an episode and just be like, talk one thing about games and just be like, all right, well, now we're getting into Men in Black shit.
It's funny because like Matt and I and we didn't even know that we both did this, right? Like sometimes like I'll do this like, you know, at night or something. I'll find myself on like the darkest parts of the internet, and I'll be reading.
We don't mean dark web stuff because.
No, yeah, sorry.
No, I don't do the dark web shit anymore.
Not since that one time.
No, it's actually really fucked up if you ever been on the dark web. It's pretty fucked.
Yeah, they're like selling people and shit, dude. Like terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty scary shit actually. So
yeah, not interested in the slightest. But
no.
But anyways, you know, we'll actually like start reading like these conspiracy theory stories or watch YouTube videos on it and stuff like that. And it was funny because one time I like freaked myself out like at night, right? Like, and I don't believe necessarily any of this shit, guys, just so you know. But like some of it's well written and some of it is kind of believable, or like certain people do disappear and like, you know what I mean? You're like, whoa, and it gives some credibility, and then you're like, oh, what fucking watch list am I on now, you know? And this and that. Well, I came into work and I was telling Matt about it, and I was like, dude, you know, I was like, this is going to sound stupid or whatever. He's like, oh, I do that same shit. He's like, I couldn't sleep one time. I was like, oh no. So like, we'll talk all about conspiracies and shit now.
Well, no, I know like, you were talking about something, like you had to brought up something about aliens or whatever. I'm like, oh, you're talking about Project Blue Book or,
yeah, you knew exactly what it was, dude. You knew it to a T. And I was just like, whoa. Like, yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, that's so we have, Zuby and I are versed in the conspiracy world, if you will. So we could do a podcast about it.
Now, I mean, I still definitely like reading up. I still like reading up stuff about 9/11 or Area 51, you know, shit like that. But a lot of the conspiracies now with all Donald Trump shit, it's like, oh my God. And Hillary Clinton, it gets old, man, because it's like when all the conspiracies are nothing but that, you're just like, okay, I don't care anymore.
Can we go back to Area 51 now?
Yeah, what happened to all the aliens? I don't care who Donald Trump paid in Russia to, you know, kill Hillary or some shit.
Don't care about that. Want fucking spaceships and little green men, all right?
Yeah, I want aliens, and I want Trump to accidentally spill that, hey, he's been to Area 51 and there were aliens there.
I'm waiting any day now, dude. I'm fucking waiting. Like, my fingers are crossed. I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be great.
Like, I'll never forget the night that Obama came out and announced that they got bin Laden, and I was like so hoping, because it was like all of a sudden, special news, Obama's gonna come out and talk, and I'm like, please be aliens, please be aliens. And then when it was Obama or bin Laden, I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah,
cool,
shut the TV off and go to bed.
Yeah, just like, oh, okay.
Dude, I remember the same thing. I'm like, ooh, aliens. I'm like, ooh, Aurora spacecraft. Ooh, like I just like start going on and on about like. I'm like, bin Laden. I thought he was already dead. Wasn't he on dialysis? I'm like over it.
Right? See, that's a whole nother conspiracy too about bin Laden.
I know. Anyways,
well, what the fuck is this podcast about?
I don't know, man. We went way off on it. Let's rein it back in here. Let's talk about, so we have two news topics that really matter. Let's go. So first person servers officially announced. So
yes.
You want to get into that?
Yeah. So Players Unknown, by the way, the developers for Players Unknown, they're fucking awesome.
Yes.
And they keep just announcing, new features that are going to come out. They've already announced a zombie mode, new maps that are coming out. There's going to be a desert theme and a snow theme. So they also announced that first-person servers are officially coming out, which is fantastic. I am going to be super excited to play that game mode way more than the current one. Because while the current game mode is not bad because it's in third-person view. It's not bad at all. It's still a lot of fun. But playing it in first-person will just completely change your perspective on the game, where you won't be able to see who's around the corner. You're going to have to actually listen. You're going to have to listen even more and try to sneak around and,
So it says we'll bring first-person only to UA and NA, so Europe and North America, solo and duo games first, and once we've polished the system. So what does that mean, solo and duo games?
Well, there's 3 different game modes: solo, which is by yourself; duo, which is you and another buddy; and
I see. That's what they mean. Okay.
And a squad, meaning it's with 4 people, including yourself.
Right. So they're leaving squad out initially, is what they're saying. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that. I'm like, so I don't understand. Like, I'm gonna fight one other guy. Like, it's a big ass map. No, I got you. Okay, that's pretty stinking cool, man. Pretty cool.
I'm pretty excited about that. Like I said, it's gonna change the way you play the game too.
I need this game to come out on console, Matt. Is what I need.
Yeah, so far they've only announced Xbox, and
which is crazy, right? Because like Xbox is the superior system, it's like that's where they would go with that. So, thank God for Xbox.
Plus they've also, I don't think there's going to be cross play too.
There has to be to PC, dude. There has to be. Oh no, keyboard and mouse. Shit.
It's not going to be fair to console players though. They're always going to be beat by PC players.
True.
I mean, not 100% of the time, but the PC players are going to have such a big advantage.
True. I'm just trying to wait until I can come up with the cash for a video card, because I do have the PC portion on lock. I just, $400 for a video card is a little steep. So, but I'm thinking it'll probably be out on console before that happens. But
do you have the PC yet?
Yeah, I have it. It needs to be dusted and shit.
Okay.
I got an SSD I need to put in it, and it needs some work. But I'm just not really motivated because I don't need another computer, floating around right now. So I'm just waiting until I get the parts and shit. So
I understand.
But anyway, so yeah, that's really exciting news, man, for PUBG.
I'm super excited about it. I mean, I haven't played the game and probably since last time we had the podcast. It's just been. It's not only that, but it's a bit of adrenaline rush too. It's like it's too much for me sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah.
So let's see here. By the way, I figured out what was wrong with my mic. My USB cord going on the bottom of it is teetering on falling out, and I was like touching the wire and it was cutting out. So I don't even dare plug it in further because it'll drop. But I just realized what it was. Next news story we have is Kingdom Hearts 3 coming 2018. Finally. And the cool part is, has Toy Story World. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It looks cool. The little trailer I saw of Kingdom Hearts 3, it's Sora, Goofy, and Donald all looking like wooden action figures, because I don't know if you remember the game, but whenever they go to a new world, they sort of dress up for that world.
That's right. Yep.
And so yeah, they all kind of look like wooden action figures, and dude, it's crazy how good graphics have come. I mean, I know that Toy Story is a cartoon, but when you're looking at the graphics for this game, it looks like you're watching the movie.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it now, like I'm watching the thing and everything, and I mean, it's you're right, it's phenomenal. Like, it really is. I like how they converted the characters too, because instead of just dressing up, like you said, just putting on whatever, like they're like action figures of, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really cool. It looks awesome. They needed to do something like that too. Like, they needed some fresh Disney shit in there, you know? Yeah. Fresh, I mean, Toy Story's been out forever, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm super pumped about this game. I can't wait to finally frickin' play it. Squaresoft or Square Enix. Jesus. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out when? 2005 or something? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. Check back on a previous podcast. We figured that out already before.
But it's just like, come on. Let's just frickin' play it already.
Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2005, it says.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So, hold on here, because... So is it, I can't listen to it because we're doing the podcast, did they bring, like, do they have, who's doing the voices for all the Toy Story people?
I think it's the original guys, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen.
If Woody is not fucking Tom Hanks, I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter to fucking Square Enix.
No, you're not.
I will. I'll tweet them because it's the future.
Make sure you put it in kanji.
Okay. Yeah, no, it needs to be Tom Hanks. I can't listen to it, so I can't tell you, but...
Yeah.
Scroll down, Matt, on that article, that Kotaku article about that. I don't know if yours is showing it or not, but the next one that I show is Nintendo-themed Air Jordans. What?
Wait, I don't see that.
Okay, here, let me send you the link, because this is... I want these so hard.
Nintendo-themed Air Jordans? What the fuck?
Yes. Oh, yes, you guys. Everybody needs to check this out. It's a Kotaku article. Here, Matt, I put on the... it's the last link on the page there.
Oh, okay.
I got you. Dude, look at that. On the tongue, it's got the Mario Bros. Like box art on one and the Duck Hunt on the other. They're Jordans, too. They're J's, but they're Nintendo colored out and shit. They got the tag that hangs... The Jordan tag that hangs off as a friggin' NES card.
That. You see how much they cost?
Oh, Jesus, no, I just did. $1,250 a pair. Why can't we have things, Matt? What the fuck?
That shoe better give me some great,
fellatio.
Some what?
Fellatio.
Yeah, it better. It's goddamn. I better have nothing better to do with my money than to buy a pair of fucking shoes.
I'm no longer excited about this at all. This is sad.
I mean, no, they look really fucking awesome, and I'm not one who really cares about the way shoes look and all that.
No, but that's cool.
These look pretty damn cool, but hell no, man. Hell no.
They cost $1,250 a pair, and in addition to the NES color scheme, they've also got some extra features like Mario labels, cartridge-shaped Jordan tag. And
I could buy a Magic card with that amount of money. Magic card.
This is good. Yeah, true. But dude, it says on the back, pressable D-pad and buttons salvaged from actual NES controllers. That doesn't make them $1,250.
No, because I could go buy a controller for like $10.
I know.
You know, I could go buy a shitty pair of Jordans right now for like $20, buy a controller for $10, and glue for $1, and paste it on there and be like, here, $12.50 right now, bitches.
Oh, they look so cool. Oh, and then there's a link in the middle where they apparently this Johnny Berry guy is the one doing them all. They had Super Nintendo sneakers. Oh, too much money though. Anyways, I can dream. Sorry, I didn't realize they were gonna be that expensive.
No, I mean, like, no, they're definitely cool. And if I had the money to throw around, I would probably definitely get some, but yeah, no.
Yeah. No, fuck that.
Fuck
Absolutely.
that. Now, if I thought it said $250, which
You still were like, fuck you.
I mean, that's definitely really pricey for a pair of shoes. But yeah, $12.50, fuck that.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. That's fucking
I mean,
extreme.
you're kind of in the shoe game. Are shoes?
What?
Well, because I thought you were because you got.
Well, I buy like one
sneakers
pair
and
of
shit.
sneakers every year and a half. And I do try to get something cool because, well, that's the other cool thing about being an adult, right? Like, you don't burn through shoes. You know what I mean? Like, so if I do buy a badass pair of sneakers, I'm going to have them for a while. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm not like in the Jordan realm or anything like I'm not that guy. Like, I mean, I just like to find shit that I think is cool. But I wouldn't say I'm in that world. Like cousin of mine, Joe, like well, I don't know if he is anymore, but like when he was a kid, dude, like when we were growing up and shit, I mean, he would do anything he could for money to buy sneakers. And this kid had, he had like 40 pairs of sneakers and shit. Like that's who I think are the people that need these are. And that's cool, but I'm not $1,250 guy for a pair of shoes. That's extreme. I'd be afraid to wear them.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, you'd fuck them up, they'd be pissed. About $1,250, I stepped in a puddle.
I mean, I think these kind of shoes for most people are going to be collector's items more than anything, but yeah.
Oh, that's like the Back to the Future Nikes and shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, basically unobtainable. They were like $5,000 or $7,500 or something like that, and then they instantly went up on eBay and they were going for like $100K and shit.
All right, so let me ask you this: these shoes are $12.50, right?
Yeah.
How much did they pay the little children to make these?
Knew you were gonna take it there as soon as you started. Not a fucking fraction of a. I don't know what's money in China. Yen is Japan. I don't know. Not a fraction. All right, we'll go real messed up. Not a fraction of a rupee more than 12 rupees a week. Okay. Like at least.
And it costs what, 60 rupees to buy at least a bomb or something, or a bow and arrow in Zelda?
Yeah. Well, that's rubies, so that's a little different.
No. In Zelda, they're rupees. And
are they?
I think in India it's rubies. I think. I don't know.
Whatever. But no, you're right.
It's not American dollars, so
it's not freedom units. So
it's not freedom dollars.
No. Yeah, shit. It doesn't have
we've lost all our fucking
symbol.
listeners by now.
Nah, come on. We're just having a good time.
They're all like, what the fuck are they talking about? Talking about child slavery?
Conspiracies? What the hell? I'm not listening to this anymore. No, we just this is our first episode back from a non-focused episode, so we're just freestyling a bit, guys. So, hope everybody's having a good time like we are and everything. We're just trying to enjoy ourselves on this Sunday evening. We're mostly in denial of having to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, are you trying to tell them how to feel? Are you trying to tell them?
I would never, Matt. I would never, but they should feel happy and tell others about the podcast, though.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well.
Yeah, they should.
They should. Always. You should always do that. All right. Well, Matt, we don't really have anything else. It's been... We got 2 hours in the books, man. I think we're good.
Oh, we can talk about how Half-Life was updated today. Whoopee, who gives a shit?
All right, so in other news, Half-Life was updated at the end. No, I just put that on there just because I thought it was neat that a game that's that old is still continuing to be supported. They fixed a bunch of crash bugs. So, anyways, yeah.
Speaking of Half-Life, all right, and speaking of Valve, when the fuck are they going to go back to making video games? I'm so sick. The way they ended Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and they have no plans to ever fucking make Half-Life 3.
Why would they? It costs money to make games, bro. They just print money out of Steam, bro. Why would they go back to that?
I know, and what sucks is pretty much all the writers and developers for Half-Life and for pretty much majority of their games, except Counter-Strike and Dota 2, they're all gone. Which, can you really blame them, though? Because Dota 2 prints them money, Counter-Strike prints them money, Steam, they just go to the printer each day and be like, oh, we need about 100 billion today. Okay, sure.
And go, print.
It's pretty much what they do.
I know, man. I know. It's a good product. It is, but yeah, they don't make games. It costs money to make games, dude. And they got to deal with shit and hire people, and like, why would they do that?
The last like game they made, which, like I say, I try not to count Counter-Strike or Dota 2, was Portal 2.
Portal 2
is a fantastic game, but
fabulous game.
It's sort of like, come on, we need something else here. We're gonna get Half-Life eventually one day, probably never. But
no, it's not gonna happen, dude. It costs money, and it's already been so long. Like anything that they've already developed for it is already completely obsolete.
Yeah, it's gonna basically become the next Duke Nukem Forever. That when it does finally come out, it's gonna be shit.
It's gonna be a complete fucking turd. Yeah. Oh well.
Man, fuck them.
Did you ever play the Duke Nukem on PlayStation 1? It was a third-person Duke Nukem. Have you ever seen that?
Are you talking about like the original Duke Nukem 1 and 2?
No. It's Duke Nukem. Fuck. It's third-person because they got Nintendo 64 got the port from the PC, right? Like they got like actual Duke Nukem 3D. But no, I'm talking about Duke Nukem. What's it called? They didn't get it on PlayStation 1. Duke Nukem. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Time to Kill?
Yeah, I've never played that.
Yeah, Time to Kill, third person. I saw somebody posted it on a group that I'm on, and they were like, oh, who remembers this awesome game, blah, 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 so on and so forth, and how good was it? I'm like, it couldn't have been that good. I never fucking played it. It looks pretty shitty. It looks like Tomb Raider-y. And plus Duke Nukem in a 3D third person, like, whoa. That's weird. It did show him going up to like the mirror and you know, like saying, damn, I'm looking good, and it showed him like, you know, he's throwing strippers money and shit. So I mean, it has the Duke Nukem shit there, but I don't know, I just thought about that. I didn't know if you'd seen that before. It was weird. The first time I really like took a look at it was the other day. Wasn't aware of it.
No, I've never heard of it.
Time to Kill. Wonder what it's going for. Might be worth a pickup just to even fuck with.
They probably pay you money to take it.
I'm sure they do. So, you know, when I first got back into collecting, and right before we started the podcast up, like a little over a year ago, I was looking for, or I had gotten a whole bunch of PlayStation 1 and Dreamcast games, and I pretty much got almost an entire Tomb Raider collection for the PS1.
Yeah.
So my wife and I tried to play Tomb Raider 1 and Tomb Raider 3 on the PS1. It is so fucking hard to control.
Yeah.
Like,
you really forget how games controlled back then, because a lot of them just controlled like absolute asshole. But you didn't know any better.
No, you didn't, and that's just the way it was, and it was awesome at the time. But like not being able, like I go for that second analog stick on that PS1 on every game all the time. It doesn't do shit. That thing doesn't do a damn thing. And I wish it would have, but it doesn't. Yeah, here we go. So you can get it like $10 shipped.
No, I don't even think
a pristine one is 18.
Jesus.
Yep, $10-11 shipped. Here's one for $5. Yeah. Sealed, $34. Yeah, I don't know. I might grab that since it's $5. I mean, here we go. $7. Really good quality. I think I'll just buy it just to see it.
Yeah, the most amount of games that I have are actually Nintendo games, like NES games. Just looking at them.
Dude, that's becoming the rich man's fucking game system to collect for. I'll tell you what.
NES, really?
NES, dude. Anything that's worth playing, yeah. I mean, any game like the any game that's worth playing, the cheapest it's gonna be, and I mean worth playing, like actually you want to play it, is $20, man. Anything under $20, you don't want to give the time of day to. I promise you.
Well, no, there's that
like
one
Kung
game
Fu for cheap. But I mean, how long are you gonna play for Kung Fu? I mean, I played it for like 2 nights, and I got through it.
There's that one game that I told you about called The Immortal, which is, it's really fucking hard, but holy shit is it fun once you get the hang of it. It's a dungeon crawler game where you play as this wizard.
Oh, that's right. I do remember you telling me about this, and it is cheap. I can get it for $13. Okay. I should probably get that.
It's fucking hard as hell, but like I said, once you learn how to, learn the way to play it, it's fun. And it's tough. It's fucking, just like all NES games, they're just like, fuck you tough.
Extra hard, break the knob off. Turn it to 11 hard and break it off.
Pretty much.
Yeah, let's see. Another thing I'm starting to look at is so I really want to get into like TurboGrafx or PC Engine as it's known in Japan, but it's like expensive. Like a TurboGrafx, a US TurboGrafx will set you back easily $150 minimum, and then like if you want like the one with the CD, you got to get like a Turbo Duo.
Yeah.
Well, I found a way around it. You can get a PC Engine Core Graphics, which is like the slim version of like the TurboGrafx or the PC Engine in Japan. If like, how they do slim consoles now and they're cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, you can get these. They're called Core Graphics, GRAFX. You can get them shipped for about $90 from Japan. They only play Japanese games, but that's the beauty of it. The Japanese games are cheap and affordable, and there's like no words in them anyways, because they're all like, between NES and
Dude, that's how like Famicom and Super Famicom games are too.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Yeah, they're usually cheaper and still totally playable. So I've been looking into that, and the RGB mod for it, if you're going to do it yourself, is only $30. So I'm thinking about maybe starting grabbing parts for one of those and putting one of those together. Because I really want to get into TurboGrafx. It's just like looking at it was like to get the system, the RGB mod, and like my first game, it was easily pushing $250. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not really, you got to draw the line, and it's like, not really looking to spend that. So, I came across this, and I'm like, well, what's wrong with this? And everybody's like, nothing. It just came out later, and it was Japan only. And I'm like, well, fuck, look at the cost of the Japanese games. They're dirt cheap. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. I probably will actually do like a little YouTube video of me modding it. So I wanted to do that. I just don't have anything to mod right now. Yeah. So if I do get one, I'll definitely post that up.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to do more like YouTube shit and streaming and all that. It's like requires time. and then what happens, because I find it way easier, or I actually find it harder to play games while you're streaming, because you sort of need to be entertaining and stuff, and half the time it's just me screaming like fuck this game and fuck you and I hate all of you and shit.
I enjoy it. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Or like you watch me play World of Warcraft and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, fuck my life. Or I'm watching a TV show at the same time
while you're just freaking clicking away, just grinding. Yeah. I'm also looking into video capture. So I can I just need something that captures HDMI. So I can stream
like
all that
video
shit.
Capture cards and stuff.
Yeah. Trying to get something cheap. I know the one that everybody has is actually not bad. It's like $175. I'm actually watching forums and shit, because they'll go for like 100 used. So I'm just waiting. I'm gonna grab one when I see one for $100, and then I'll be able to do that. And I got all the software dialed in for it, and I'm ready to go. And I got the camera shit, but I really don't know a way to capture. So that'll happen. That'll happen in due time. Maybe we get some more listeners and shit. It'll motivate me to go a little faster on that. But keep an eye out, guys. The new graphics will be up. We'll put them on our Facebook and our Twitter and such this week, as well as you'll probably see a new icon on for the podcast itself. Let us know what you think. We're thinking about putting there's like a Mega Man-esque looking logo. We're thinking about maybe doing like shirts, like a limited run of shirts or something possibly. Let us know. Zuby and I'll be rocking them for show. Represent.
Hell yeah, man.
Yep. So, all right, man. Let's bring this in, man. You got anything for the peeps before we go?
Yeah, I've got two other podcasts. I got Magic with Zuby, which it is changing up a little bit. The format's changing up because it used to be just focused on Magic the Gathering, but it's changing up a little bit to where it's going to be focused on not only Magic the Gathering, and Magic the Gathering is always going to take precedence of it in it, but I'm also starting to do Dungeons and Dragons content as well for it. And some board gaming.
I don't see a problem there. There you go. Yeah. Board games. Hell yeah. I think that's going to be awesome, man. I think that's a great direction. And it lets you broaden your content and your audience. Can't lose there. Check Zuby out, man. He's super informative. He usually does funny bits or skits or musical numbers. He'll throw those in from time to time.
Oh, you heard my musical number?
Yeah, I've heard your music and your Easter eggs and shit. Yeah. So it's always fun. Check him out for sure.
Did you hear my latest one, the Lion King one?
Yes.
I'm gonna do some more. I'm actually working on reworking the lyrics for "Be Our Guest" for Beauty and the Beast.
Oh Jesus! You should drop an album, bro. Put them all together and throw it up on iTunes.
Oh yeah, it won't get DMCA at all.
The Zuby LP.
Yeah.
No, get the uncopyrighted karaoke backing tracks.
Oh,
And
no,
then,
no,
you
those
go
are
on.
still copyrighted because when I put up that latest one, the Be Prepared one for Lion King, yeah, it totally got copyright claimed. I mean, I'm not monetizing my videos anymore, but yeah, as soon as I uploaded it, it's like, oh, this has been copyright claimed by some karaoke bullshit.
Yeah, they've got it's like that Shazam technology is what it is.
Yeah.
It finds it and it's all automated. They catch you immediately.
No,
All right. So yeah, and what's your other podcast?
So Your Father's a Nerd. Doing it with my buddy Alec, and we just talk about what it's like to be parents and raising gamer nerdy kids and all that shit. And both Magic with Zuby and So Your Father's a Nerd can be found on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio.
Yes, they can. You can find me here. I don't have a podcast empire like Zuby, but VCR Gaming for sure, solidly. You can also find me on Twitter. It's Killabeez2T, KILLABEEZZ, the number 2, the letter T. You can find me on Xbox. It's K1LLABEEZZ. You can find me on PlayStation Network. Killabeez, KILLABEEZZ. Bunch of different spellings there. Check me out. Hit me up. You can find us here, VCR Gaming. Our Facebook is facebook.com/VCR Gaming. Twitter is @VCR Gaming. The show's email is vcrgamingpodcast@gmail.com. Shoot us some feedback. Tell us what you think. Also, you can hit us if you're looking for us or you want to tell somebody about us. You can go to vcrgamingpodcast.com and it'll bring you right to all of our episodes. We got that up and running this week, so that's pretty fun. So check that out. And let's see, Zuby, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter @Zubatron, ZUBATRON. And yeah, that's about where you can only find me.
VCR Gaming is, of course, on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, and Stitcher. Shouldn't be hard at all to find us on whatever platform you prefer. Or hell, go to shoutengine.com and look us up there and just download it if you want. You want to be old school. We make it easy for you. So
yeah, definitely.
So that's about it. Everybody, please make sure to support and donate your government bus bum pissing assistance program. Keeping bums.
We didn't get into that.
Yes, you want to make sure to keep the bums fed with liquor so that they stay, warm through the winters. And also, what is a public bus without it smelling like complete urine? So it's a great program. Yeah, it's a great program. These buses, they come right out the factory smelling like piss, and that is not by accident, my friends. That is because they employ these bums, liquor money, for liquor money to piss in them right out of the factory. So next time you're on a public bus and you smell that aroma, just take pride in knowing that a bum did that, and make sure to support your local chapter of the GBBPAP. That's right, Government Bus Bum Pissing Assistance Program.
Yeah. Wow. What are you doing, kitty? Get away.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Zuby's fighting his cat. So
well, no,
good
my
times.
cat's being a bitch because she wants to go outside, and you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna want right back in as soon as I let her out. I'm serious.
That's how they do. That is how they do. Awesome. Well, all right, guys. Thanks everybody for listening. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Have a great night, everybody.